Car accident? Get more with Mansion Ferretti.
If you've been injured in a car accident, there are 3 things you need to know.
1, do not discuss your accident with an insurance company before you talk to a lawyer.
2, on average, car accident victims with a lawyer get over 3 times more money than those without one.
And 3, at Mansion Ferretti, if we don't win, you don't pay us, guaranteed. Car accident? Get more with Mansion Ferretti. 304-264-8505.
When will I be able to retire? How do I make the most of the money I have? How can I leave a lasting legacy to my loved ones? I'm John Everson, Private Wealth Advisor with the Marius Group, a private wealth advisory practice of Ameriprise Financial Services Incorporated. Call us today at 304-263-4343 to help you make the most of your financial future. Our office is located at 1270 Winchester Avenue, Martinsburg, West Virginia.
Ameriprise Financial Services Incorporated, member FINRA and SIPC.
It's time for the excitement of West Virginia high school volleyball featuring the Eastern Panhandle Athletic Conference. Our coverage is brought to you by Power, Beck, and Metzgerif Law Offices, the Marius Group of Ameriprise Financial Advisors, W. Harley Miller Systems, Parsons Ford of Martinsburg, Skinner Accident and Injury Lawyers, CMA's Martinsburg and Winchester Dealerships, Brown's Funeral Homes and Cremations Robert Fields and Sons, Hagerstown Ford, Burke, Schultz, Harmon, and Jenkinson Personal Injury Attorneys, the Berkeley County Health Department, WVU Medicine Berkeley and Jefferson Medical Centers, Smallwood and Small Insurance, the Mansion Ferretti Law Firm, the Palace Lounge, the Larry DeMarco Team, Century 21 Modern Realty Results, Rock's Local Markets, Bodwell Insurance Solutions, Rosedale Funeral Home and Cemetery, Fort Evans Archery, Trips Floor Sanding, the Wagner Law Firm. Now let's send it out to our broadcasters for tonight's coverage.
It's senior night for the defending state champions for West Virginia high school volleyball, the Hedgesville Eagles. And inside Hedgesville High School, it's the Eagles versus Musselman Applemen. Here on TV 10 and WRNR TV on YouTube. On the pregame show brought to you by the Marius Group and Ameriprise Financial Advisors, John Everson and Phil McCoy. You can stop by 1270 Winchester Avenue in Martinsburg, or call 304-263-4343, and by W. Harley Miller Systems, providing custom integration services like home and office automation, home theater, networking, audio, video distribution, and more. Call 304-350-1931 or visit WHMsystems.com. Colin, it's a big senior night for the defending state champs in Hedgesville. 10 seniors on this roster, and their development from freshmen to seniors is a big part of why they are the defending state champs and might be able to go back-to-back this year.
Yeah, they're the number 1 team in the state for a reason, and led by those 10 seniors. It's been a great time witnessing the accomplishments that they've been able to make year in and year out. And now it's Musselman for the last time, possibly, until these two teams meet, maybe in the state tournament. Who knows, depending on how that looks, but most likely not going to be on the same side regionally. The seating's already been submitted for the votes for that, and it should come out either tomorrow or Thursday. So this one, I guess you could say, if you wanted to, it doesn't matter. Region seating's already in. You can play loose, carefree, but this is the biggest rivalry in high school volleyball in the state of West Virginia. It's number 1 versus number 4. It's the premier programs year in, year out, statewide. It's Hedgesville, it's Musselman. It's a 10-minute difference down the road from one another. So do you really think they're going to play lackadaisical, carefree? No, they're going to give it their all tonight. They want the bragging rights. They want to be the ones that can say, I beat Hedgesville, or I beat Musselman. Period, end of story.
And Musselman on their side definitely has some stuff to play for, as we have JV here in about 3 minutes. But on the varsity side, first matchup of the year, the only one so far for these teams. At Musselman, Hedgesville swept the Applemen 3-0 on September 16th. So Musselman going to be looking for revenge from that one. But we have just about, like as I mentioned, 3 minutes leading up to JV here. So let's take a 2-minute break. We'll come back. We'll be getting ready to start. This is EPAC Volleyball on TV10 and WRNR TV on YouTube.
Life is evolving. Over the past decade, the way we do almost everything has changed. Get on your phone, see something you like, click on it, and it shows up at your door. Why should the way you have your car serviced be any different? Why waste your time going to a dealership service department when Hagerstown Ford and Hancock Chevrolet will come to you? They service all makes, all models, and offer full parts and labor warranties. Hagerstown Ford and Hancock Chevrolet will come to your door or office and service your vehicle while you're doing what you need to be doing, conducting that business meeting or mowing the lawn. Why take time out of your busy schedule when you don't have to? Hagerstown Ford and Hancock Chevrolet's friendly, knowledgeable staff will come to you where you live or where you work for full service maintenance, from oil changes to tire rotations, brakes, batteries, multi-point inspections. They handle it all. Hagerstown Ford and Hancock Chevrolet is committed to delivering the best of the best to their customers. Trust them to service your vehicle where you're at home or at work. Skip the time-consuming and terminal wait at the dealership. Schedule your appointment at fordofhagerstown.com or hancockchevy.com.
Did you know a fully loaded truck weighs 80,000 pounds?
I do know that they can cause a lot of damage in a wreck.
Over 40,000 people die every year in crashes.
And distracted driving is getting even worse.
I wish we had better ways to prevent distracted driving.
Me too. But one thing we can do is help people who've been injured in car and truck accidents.
Hurting almost heaven? Dial the 7s. 304-777-7777.
SkinnerWins.com.
When will I be able to retire? How do I make the most of the money I have? How do I leave a lasting legacy to my loved ones? I'm Philip McCoy, financial advisor with the Mirius Group, a private wealth advisory practice of Ameriprise Financial Services Incorporated. Call us today at 304-263-4343 to help you make the most of your financial future. Our office is located at 1270 Winchester Avenue, Martinsburg, West Virginia.
Ameriprise Financial Services Incorporated, member FINRA and SIPC.
Under a minute until we get started with JV volleyball between Hedgesville and Musselman here on TV 10, WRNR TV on YouTube. Dylan Bishop and Colin McLaughlin on the call. Behind the cameras, Ethan Elliott, Tyler Strine, and back in the studio, Kyler High. Let's run you down the JV rosters since they're about to take the court for the visiting Musselman Applemen. Maddie Boyce wears number 2. Reese Campbell is number 7. Heidi Clutter is number 24. Riley Dick, number 6. Madeline Dugan, number 4. Flora Dunham, number 14. Number 11 is Layla Kearns. Number 9 is Layla Ledsum. Number 10 is Addie Mendez. Number 17, Serenity Misk. Number 21, Kirsten Rutherford. Number 3, Lucy Soltero. Number 15, Macy Thurston. And number 5, Layla Vinny. For Hedgesville, the home side, number 1, Alexis Branner. Number 2, Brenna Cunningham. Number 3, Cameron Church. Number 4, Delaney Wilburn. Number 5, Kylie Riggs. Number 6, Rama Duramadou. Number 7, Bryn Kensinger. Number 8, Molly Lemon. Number 9, Lily Plogger. Number 10, Emily Hall. Number 11, Emma Myers. Number 12, Lydia Grove. Number 13, Catherine Sykes. And number 14, Callie Calhoun. So here are both sides taking the court. Meeting at the net. Handshake line. More of a high-five line, I guess, in the end. But we will get things started. 3 sets for JV. 5 come later for varsity. Best 2 out of 3 and best 3 out of 5. We'll see what the Eagles and Applemen have to offer tonight on the JV volleyball side.
Yeah, let's hope they can remain consistent in their play and bring the energy that hopefully carries over to the varsity match.
First set brought to you by Hagerstown Ford, revolutionizing the car buying experience. Buy your next vehicle online and they'll deliver it to you. If you don't like it, they'll take it back. Go to HagerstownFord.com. And by Power Back and Matt Surf Law Offices, Call 304-264-8870 to speak with an attorney today or visit lawpbm.com.
Looks like Hedgesville going to be serving first.
They will be.
See Emily Hall with the ball in hand. They're just putting the liberos out there and then waiting for the whistle to begin.
And there is that whistle to begin play. Hall's first serve goes at Macy Thurston, the Musselman libero, and first hit across the net goes too far for Addie Mendez. 1 point for Hedgesville.
Good start for Hedgesville. Way to put pressure on Musselman. Another solid serve across.
Ends in a free ball. Set up in the middle by Hall and sent over, perhaps too far. Thurston goes out after it and hits it into the bleachers. 2-0 Hedgesville.
Yeah, an awkward hit across, but an effective one into that back corner.
That was Calhoun hitting that one over for the Eagles. Another serve from Hall this time. It'll be Musselman going to the right side, and tough first contact. And it's a point for Musselman.
Yeah, and that's how you set up the offense if you're Musselman. That's what you want to see, not those first 2 points.
First serve for Musselman comes from Soltero after getting the kill. Musselman sets up left side into the net. Riley Dick couldn't get that one to go over to the Eagles side. Makes it 3-1.
Yeah, good job at the net by Hedgesville.
Molly Lemon next to serve. And it clips the net, barely gets over. Ends up a free ball by Musselman. Will set up right side. Sent over by Plogger. Riley Dick tries again. It's blocked, but lands on the Hedgesville side for a Musselman kill. Three to 2, Musselman trails. They'll get the serve back to their side. It'll be Reese Campbell. And it goes into the net. Puts the Eagles back up by 2. Daramadou will check on for Hedgesville's libero, Bryn Kensinger. Serve from Calhoun. Almost an ace. Thurston, luckily, contact went right to a teammate. Set up left side, too far for Brenna Cunningham. Gives the Applemen another point.
Both teams still just kind of trying to settle in.
Serve goes too far out for the Applemen.
And those are the little things, even at the beginning, that you can't afford to have.
Catherine Sykes on the serve for Hedgesville. We'll see Jillian Sykes as part of senior night later on. Sykes sends another one at Thurston. Down ball hit from Musselman. Sent back over by the Eagles. Thurston down ball from the 10 line. Stays alive. Cunningham will get another crack at it, and another one sailed too far.
Yeah, just a tough pass there. Timing just wasn't right to hit that across. Had too much lob underneath it to carry it out.
Serve now from Madeline Dugan. And it's an ace. Dropping it in front of Kensinger.
Got to move your feet, especially when it's going short. You got to attack that ball. Can't just wait around and try to crouch down for it.
Ties us up at 5. Overpass by Hedgesville on this serve. Musselman only gets a free ball out of it, though. Hall sets up Duramadou. Off block. Gets the kill. Last gasp effort to dive for it by Dugan. Can't get there.
Good stuff there after the overpass. Fortunately, we're able to get a free ball in return and capitalize and get the lead back. See if they can extend that lead now.
Delaney Wilburn gets an ace as she comes up off the bench for the first time.
And that serve had a lot of power, making Musselman have to quickly react to it and just couldn't do so.
7-5 Hedgesville. Getting back to their 2-point advantage. Musselman sets up Soltero, and Soltero gets the kill.
Again, it's just that little quick attack that you want to see from Musselman off the serve receive. That was a perfect bit of fundamentals shown there on the 2 first passes followed by the kill.
7-6 Eagles. Thurston next to serve for the Applemen. Straight line right at Lydia Grove, and I think she was kind of caught off guard on how to handle that one.
I think so too. That approach, just going 2 hands straight up, almost looking like you were surrendering the point.
7-7. Too far. Gives the point and the serve back to Hedgesville.
Yeah, we've seen Thurston times susceptible to that. She brings a lot of power on her serves, and that can sometimes lead to just too much.
Kensinger serves for the Eagles. Musselman sets up left side. Soltero. Nice diving dig by Kensinger, but contact from Church off the mark. Can't get the pass.
It was a solid attempt for that diving dig, just a little bit of too much power on it, and that had Church backpedaling while she was trying to go up for the set.
Ties us up at 8. Serve this time from Layla Kearns. The free ball from Hedgesville. Musselman sets up middle. And a unorthodox hit over the net. Gets it done. Kill for Reese Campbell.
You'll take it.
Kearns serves again. They'll go back to Church. Never goes over. Another point for the Applemen.
They've started to settle in here.
Serve this time goes at Wilburn. Set up Church. Down ball at the net. Middle goes Musselman. It's sent back on the block by Hall. Excuse me, that's Calhoun. She goes for it again. It's blocked again. This time it falls for Campbell.
Calhoun got a taste of her own medicine there after getting that initial block. Now Musselman on a bit of a run here at 11-8.
Last second decision by Wilburn to hit that one, and ends up not getting good contact on it. Makes it 12-8.
Yeah, it was the right decision, just as you said, a little bit late, and that caused it to be kind of that deadly side swing that you're really never able to get an accurate ball on.
12-8. Wilburn, first contact, is set for Church. Another block for the Applemen.
I mean, nothing Church could really do there. Maybe just next time got to be a little bit quicker on the attack is my thought, instead of having more of a lob set, do a quicker one, because that allows the block to set up, and that time she goes up and over and gets bailed out by Musselman being into the net.
It was 13-8, make it 13-9.
But you can see the more, obviously, airtime a set has, setting up the spike, the more time a block has to come over and get established.
Hedgesville back around to Hall to serve. Soltero, right side. Good decision by Hedgesville to let it go out. 13-10. Hall sends it at Thurston and up towards Tyler in the press box. 13-11.
That was impressive. It went through that middle window, off the table, then off the back wall, then back off the table and out. Tyler didn't have to collect it.
13-11 now. Thurston better contact this time, but only a free ball. Musselman can get out of it. Kensinger comes up. Back set right side, and finding a good spot for it is Lily Plogger. 4-0 run by Hedgesville. Gets them right back in the set, 13-12.
Yeah, great response from the Eagles after the run that Musselman got here in the first set.
Another one sent to Thurston. Set up for Soltero, who cuts it across. Nice dig by Plogger. Church gets it cross court for the kill.
A tough angle by Church, but a great job by Plogger helping them fight to get that point and tie us up.
Hedgesville got down by 5 and then erased the deficit. We're tied at 13. We'll take a 30-second break. Be back with more EPAC volleyball on TV 10 and WRNR TV on YouTube.
The thing I'm most passionate about with my clients is that 95% of them that come to me, they've never been in trouble in their lives. They've got careers, promising futures, things that matter.
So thankfully, after it was all said and done, I had no DUI and I had no more stress facing me or my family.
When you're on the fence whether to hire a DUI attorney, I always say that you really cannot afford not to. My name is Harley Wagner. My law practice has been exclusively focused on driving under the influence cases throughout the state of West Virginia.
We're tied at 13 all in the first set of JV volleyball action here on TV 10. Musselman in Hedgesville and Hedgesville's senior night. Another serve from Emily Hall. Set up right side. Musselman. Nice diving dig to get at least an attempt on it from Plogger, but it ends up a kill for Lucy Soltero.
Yeah, so that timeout helping you out. Getting your lead in the serve.
Well, Musselman got their lead back, and then now we're tied again after the service error.
You got to be able to help yourself, too.
14 apiece. Lemon back to serve once more. Sent it Thurston. It's a tough play for Riley Dick to make. Plogger, a tough one of her own. Set up again, and Dick pushes it too far to the outside and out. So Hedgesville regains the lead. After they were down 13-8, they lead 15-14. They'll go back to Riley Dick. And I don't know if that ever got over the net at all. The block was there too.
I am an obstructed view point, but I think you're correct.
Now the Eagles lead by 2. And there's an ace to make it 3. Great recovery in this set from the Eagles.
I mean, these
Two straight aces. Yeah. That one sent at Mendez. I don't think she expected it to come her way.
Yeah, no, the way she was positioned, she was way too close, that ball coming too high up for her, and I think you're absolutely correct. I don't think she was ready for it.
18-14. They'll go back to Dick on the left side, clips the net, and gets the kill. Musselman responds. Campbell serves again. They'll go back to Cunningham, left side, off block. Musselman has to save it. Down ball hit from Campbell. We'll set up Plogger. That one hits the net and falls to the floor. 19-15, the Eagles lead is back up 2. Calhoun serves. Long one at Soltero. Free ball from the Applemen. And I think that one's a bit no man's land. Ends up a free ball. Back a down ball hit. Plogger off block. Musselman's there. Back to Riley Dick. Too far. 20-15.
Yeah, again, just mistiming it. And now a comfortable lead for Hedgesville. 5 points up and 5 points away.
Set middle. Vaney too far. Another miscue by the Applemen makes it a 6-point lead.
Again, it's just giving away points down the stretch. Can't afford to do that.
This is a 13-2 run for Hedgesville at this point, since it was 13-8 Applemen. Musselman, free ball. Hall sets up Cunningham. And again, too much on it from Cunningham. Still trying to find her rhythm. Makes it 21-16. Now we're back to Mendez to serve for the Applemen. Cunningham, first contact near the net. Daramadou. Tough to play that one off the net if you thought it was going to.
Yeah, that was just
21-17.
Plain and simple overpass. Daramadou had no chance getting that one off the net.
Mendez serves again and nearly gets an ace. Kensinger, lucky bounce right over to Cunningham. And Hedgesville keeping it alive again.
Yeah, good job by Hall with a just one-handed fist swing.
Long serve from right to left. Dick able to get it over. Cunningham again. This time's going to get the kill. Served it over at Leadsom.
I mean, Musselman made him work for it. Hedgesville just stood strong, had good defense, and was able to capitalize in the end to go back up by 5.
Sent over to Leadsom, who kind of just had a line drive at her, didn't have much she could do with it, as Sykes' serve is going to go into the net, make it 22-18. That'll send it back to Dugan for another serve. And she sends this into the net as well. So the Eagles 2 points away from taking the first set.
It's tough there. The door was open for you to possibly try to fight back into it. And another one that just a poor serve on.
Wilburn serves. Over to Leadsom, set her dump, and it works out. A little miscommunication from Kensinger and Wilburn. Makes it 23-19.
Yep, one of them has to call it. You can't both be backpedaling. You got to know who it's supposed to be in any given situation, and that just comes with more reps.
Back to the libero to serve for Musselman. Nice serve, barely over the net. Church left side. Too soft with her serve. Goes into the net, 23-20. Appleman's still alive.
We'll see if Thurston can put it back in play here.
Thurston line drive over to Grove, and it goes over the bench of Hedgesville. It's 23-21.
Yeah, those serves are just so difficult to receive. I mean, you watch it out of her hand, the power behind it, no spin whatsoever as well.
Another one from Thurston, and it's another ace. It's a 1-point deficit.
This looks like a change-up almost.
Timeout from Hedgesville. We'll take 30 seconds with them. This is EPAC Volleyball on TV10 and WRNR TV on YouTube.
When it comes to providing you with a better car buying experience, CMA's Honda of Winchester takes it personally. Why? Because we're employee owned. That makes us neighbors. And good neighbors take care of each other. Come experience the honesty, transparency, and value we provide every customer, every neighbor, each and every day. At CMA's Honda of Winchester, owners just care more about you.
Out of the timeout, Musselman will serve. Down by 1, 23-22. Macy Thurston. Another serve. Nearly another ace. Just barely getting it off the floor is Wilburn. Set up in the middle. Campbell off block. Gets the point. And we are tied.
Yeah, down the stretch here, I'm loving what I'm seeing from Musselman. They have not given up. They're fighting back. Now we're deadlocked.
Big comeback of their own.
Yeah.
And into the net, the run ends. Man, you really only needed one more. Timeout taken by Musselman. Let's keep it here as we'll kind of take you back through the set a little bit. Hedgesville had gone down 13-8 and stormed back to tie things up with a 5-0 run. And then after that point, from that starting point of being down by 5, it was a 13-2 run by the Eagles to be up 21-15. Now the Applemen have made a comeback of their own, but it may come up just short. This is set point for the Eagles. Into the net on the other side. Both timeouts.
Yeah, they work. That's what you have them for, it seems like, and that's what a lot of teams use them for, at least, is to ice the server, and it's paid off, and now we're in the win-by-2 scenario.
Overpass by Hedgesville. Musselman sets up middle. Campbell off block. Hall sets up. Down ball hit from Grove. Rides the top of the net. Nearly goes over, but then bounces back to the Eagles' side. And now set point for Musselman. Serve, line drive. It's an ace. Layla Kearns gets it done for the Applemen, 26-24. Musselman going up 1-0. Both sides making their comeback, and Musselman gets it done in the end. We'll take a 1-minute break. Come back with set number 2. This is EPAC Volleyball on TV 10 and WRNR TV on YouTube.
This is Cody with Cody's Auto Body. The stories are on the way. Reliving glory days, the injury that prevented stardom, or the inevitable, I even could have made that play. With football season comes a lot of delusion of greatness. Well, no one believes you would have made it in the big leagues. Let's at least make them think you're a good driver. Bring that vehicle to me and I will make it the pride of the parking lot at every game. I'm Cody with Cody's Auto Body, the MVP of your season. That's Cody's with a T for trust.
Let's talk about what to do after a car or truck accident.
First, call 911. Then call Skinner Accident and Injury Lawyers.
Let us handle the insurance company so you can focus on getting better.
Being injured in a wreck is enough stress. Let your doctor handle your medical issues.
And let the Skinner brothers handle your insurance issues.
If you've been hurt in almost heaven,
call the Sevens, 304-777-7777.
We're back for the second JV set between the Hedgesville Eagles and Musselman Applemen. Dylan Bishop and Colin McLaughlin with you on the call. Ethan Elliott, Tyler Strine on the cameras. Kyler High back at the studio. Set number 2 is brought to you by Parsons Ford of Martinsburg, located at 1400 Shepherdstown Road and online at parsonsford.com. They became number 1 by making you number 1 first. Parsons and the Mansion Ferretti Law Firm in Martinsburg, where it's about seeking justice for you. Go to wvjusticelawyers.com. Back and forth affair in set number 1, Colin. We saw both teams make their own comebacks and their big runs. evenly matched in the end. Musselman, though, gets it done 26-24.
Yeah, give them credit. Way to fight back. It looked like it was going to be Hedgesville's with that 13-2 run. The Applemen, though, able to fight back, clean up the serves in which they were really struggling with for a solid part of that first set. And then at the end, it looks like arguably the best serve we've seen all night long to get that ace to take it 26-24. Now, though, we'll see how this second set goes, because we always know momentum means 0 in JV volleyball. What looks like a match that should certainly go one way doesn't always happen. This set could be completely different looking than what we had in set number 1.
I think momentum in JV volleyball lasts about 5 points, no matter what, usually.
If you're lucky.
Maybe 8. Yeah, if you're on a really good run. And the next set starts, and it's blank canvas. Wipe your mind clean. Applemen start this one off with the serve on their side. It's Kearns, who we saw get the ace to end set 1. Church, too far. 1-0 Musselman. Another one from Kearns. This is tough first contact that Hedgesville will not get to. 2-0. We saw a pretty even start to the first set. And we said it was around that point of 8-8 where Hedgesville was able to extend a lead a bit out to 13-8. But then eventual comeback. I should say Musselman was the one that extended that one. Campbell in the middle. Dug out by Wilburn. See a free ball from Emma Myers. Left side, Soltero. Too far. It was close, but just a bit too much on it. Hedgesville gets their first point of the set. And that means we'll see Emily Hall serve. Lines this one over to Thurston. Set up by Kearns. Hall back set for Plogger. That's another one that is sent too far. Musselman takes a 3-1 lead.
Yeah, just mistimed it and put too much air underneath. Gotta just get that one out of your mind and clean it up. Get ready for the next one that comes your way.
Soltero serves at Myers. Hall will set up Myers, but she didn't see that one coming. It's a free ball. Back to the middle for Campbell. Diving for it. Can't quite get there as Hall. Make it 4-1 Musselman. So the Applemen perhaps have straightened some stuff out from the first set. Part of that first set where they fell behind, as they end set 1 strong and start set 2 strong as well. This one passed very close to the net, and a nice setter dump from Hall gets it done.
Yeah, gutsy play, but the right play.
And Musselman was clearly caught off guard by that one. 4-2, Myers will serve. She sends this one left side, diving for it. Making the contact on the serve receive is Musselman, sends it over. Plogger, down ball, away from the net. And that's a free ball. Musselman mistimed it at the net. Cunningham, soft touch, gets the kill. Cuts the Musselman lead to 1.
And I like the mix-up there on the attack. You've seen it be blocked earlier this match, so this time you decided to go with the finesse, and it pays off.
Myers, another one. Will go over. This hit over by Dugan. Cunningham, down ball. Thurston's there. Back to Dugan. Off block. Hall dives, gets the dig. Plogger. Right to Thurston. Another one off block. Set up Cunningham again. Left side. Smart play by Thurston to let it go.
Just over that block and too much underneath it yet again.
Campbell serves at Cunningham. Nearly gets an ace. Ends up a free ball. Set up in the middle. A big time hit goes up into the rafters on the first contact by Hedgesville. They can't recover. Big time from Maddie Boyce. Makes it 6-3 Applemen.
Yeah, that was a lot of power behind that one.
Another serve from Campbell. This one's at Kensinger. To Cunningham and sent over on a free ball by Hall. Back to Boyce in the middle. She takes some off of that one, and she gets it done again.
That was a tough angle. You could see her kind of have to torque her body a little bit, bend it unnaturally to somehow just manage to get a piece of that ball, which is why it had a little bit off of it compared to the last one. Now another dump. That's rough here for Hedgesville, but a free ball.
Dugan, free ball. This time they'll get it to Hall in the second pass. Plogger, it's only a free ball again, though. Up close to the net, off of it. This play stays alive, but Plogger, another pass that doesn't quite get it done. She has to punch it, and it goes into the net. It's 8-3.
These sets just are not there right now. They are looking off here for Hedgesville, and they're struggling because of it. You got to clean that up quickly.
Campbell lines it at Kensinger. And again, it goes to Cunningham and ends in a free ball. Not getting it to the setter off that first pass is killing Hedgesville right now. And Boyce, speaking of kills, gets another one.
She's heating up right now and feeling as confident as she has this entire match swinging away.
9-3. Imagine they'll keep going to Kensinger. Well, it takes a little off of that one, but it goes to Hall first. That throws things off. It'll end in another free ball. Set up left side, off block, sent right back. Musselman there, though. Back to Boyce in the middle, off block again, and another kill for Maddie Boyce, who we really didn't see in the first set, but was impressive against Spring Mills last week. It's 10-3, and we'll get a timeout from Hedgesville. We'll take 30 seconds with them. This is EPAC Volleyball on TV 10 and WRNR TV on YouTube.
When will I be able to retire? How do I make the most of the money I have? How do I leave a lasting legacy to my loved ones? I'm Philip McCoy, financial advisor with the Mirius Group, a private wealth advisory practice of Ameriprise Financial Services Incorporated. Call us today at 304-263-4343 to help you make the most of your financial future. Our office is located at 1270 Winchester Avenue, Martinsburg, West Virginia.
Ameriprise Financial Services Incorporated, member FINRA and SIPC.
Hedgesville with their first timeout of set number 2. Trails Musselman 1-0, and trails in set number 2 at 10-3.
Yeah, you're hoping, if you're Hedgesville, that this timeout kind of works like the ones did in the set 1 and messes up the serve.
Clips the net and falls. It almost worked. You're not trying to hit the net with your serve, but it works out for Reese Campbell and makes it 11-3.
Yeah, things just fall in Musselman's way right now.
Snowballing a bit for Hedgesville, letting this match get away from them. Overpassed, just barely goes over. Musselman off block, gets another. Dugan with the tool. 12-3.
Hedgesville just trying to find the answers, and right now Musselman just teeing off on them.
Yeah, they haven't really gotten off the ground in this set. Here's another ace. Off the contact from Calhoun on the serve receive. That's really what has been the story of this set for the Eagles. The serve receive. Not able to set things up.
They look lost, this rotation.
Goes out, whistle beforehand, and they're going to get a rotation error on Hedgesville. As the serve went out, could have gotten them a point.
Again, things just not going Hedgesville's way. I mean, as you said, you had the point there. That was too much power on the serve. Finally looked like you were able to get the serve and start chipping away, but no.
14-3 Campbell. Another line drive that clips the net. Cunningham blocked, gets the tool. Finally the run ends. And Hedgesville gets the serve back on their side.
Yeah, Boyce nearly had it, but on the opposite side of her trying to go up with her was Misk, and just the height differential there had the one side of the block not as high and strong as the other side.
Serve receive from Musselman this time goes poorly, but they get it over with the free ball. The Ramadou is blocked and sent back by Boyce, having an incredible second set after we didn't see her in the first set.
She's got hops. That was a brick wall by her.
Long arms as well.
Yeah.
It seems like she doesn't even have to come off the ground very high to get those hits from the middle and blocks. And here's a serve into the net by Miss to make it 15-5. Hedgesville will get it right back. So 10-point lead with 10 to go for the Applemen.
See if Hedgesville can chip away now.
Hedgesville's got to go on a big run themselves. Here's Catherine Sykes nearly getting an ace, and she might still in the end. She does. Kirsten Rutherford couldn't make a miraculous play to get that free ball over. 15-6. Sykes again. First contact, rough, but Boyce recovered. The pass is perfect to her, and she gets another kill from the middle.
Keep feeding Boyce, plain and simple. She's been unstoppable here in set 2.
Sometimes a dominant middle hitter can really cause some problems. We see it over when Martinsburg plays with Teasley and Bajent. Here's another serve from Dugan. Set up for Cunningham. Musselman's there. Back to Boyce. And she gets another as the first contact goes into, that's Branner, right over to Cunningham and into the bleachers. 17-6.
Yeah, contact for both of them was just too high up on the arms to really get a good solid pass on.
Hall has to reach for this set. Cunningham gets it over. Down ball hit for Musselman. And the contact on the other side from Kensinger off the mark. Another Musselman kill. It's 18-6. Floater that time from Dugan.
Nearly worked.
Yeah, Hedgesville barely gets to it. On the other side, Soltero sails it. Makes it 18-7.
Yeah, they saw everybody ready for Boyce in the middle, so they wanted to switch it up, which you got to do. At any point in a game, you can't, even though you would obviously like to keep feeding a certain player if they got the hot hands. If the team's starting to expect it, it's going to make it more challenging.
Boyce this time. Too much.
She's human.
Yes. We know now.
Yeah.
18-8. Wilburn will serve for the Eagles. Lines it just over the net. Looked like it could have been an ace, but it gets to Boyce to get the free ball over. To Ramadou. Little off target for her. On the other side, dropped in by Soltero for another Applemen kill.
I think Ramadou saw Boyce there ready for the block and said, I'm just going to hit this one over.
Saw footsteps.
I don't want the phone booth again. Seeing ghosts.
Looked like going to the rim against Wembanyama.
Yep. Got to pick your battles.
Yeah, well, if Boyce is human, I guess the serve is the one thing. She needs to be right at the net to have full power, I guess. 19-9.
She's got to work on that serve. That one was not her best.
Kensinger for Hedgesville. 19-9. Soltero, soft touch over the top of the block. 20-9. The Applemen close to making quick work of the Eagles. And an ace again for Layla Kearns, who finished out set number 1 with one. 21-9. She has a chance to finish out this set again if Musselman can get a 4 in a row. Lined this time over to Lemon. Church gets it over. They'll set up Soltero left side off block. And the Applemen get another one.
I mean, they've just been absolutely dominant here.
Kearns again. Dumped over by Hall. It's dumped right back to her. Church sails it. 23-9. Two points from the sweep is Musselman. See Kylie Riggs check on for the Eagles. This one's sent at Wilburn. Set up Church again. And deja vu all over again. Another one goes out 24-9. It's match point for Musselman. And some more deja vu. An ace by Kearns, sent at Grove, and Musselman takes the set. This time in much easier fashion for themselves. Instead of 26-24, it's 25-9. Well, let's go ahead. After the 2-0 sweep, we'll set up our 5-minute break. Get it in early as they set up for senior night here at Hedgesville. This is TV10, WRNR TV on YouTube, EPAC Volleyball. We'll get you ready for senior night after this 5-minute break.
My kids, you know I want the best for you, don't you? We need to have a conversation.
End-of-life planning is no one's favorite discussion, but the relief of having everything in place when the hour of need arrives is a gift. Give it to your family. Plan ahead with us.
Brown Funeral Homes, a leading provider of cremations, invites you to explore the many flexible options of cremation. From environmental considerations to the benefit of greatly reduced cost, it may be the perfect answer for your family. Online at brownfuneralhomeswv.com. Brown Funeral Homes, here for you.
Did you know a fully loaded truck weighs 80,000 pounds?
I do know that they can cause a lot of damage in a wreck.
Over 40,000 people die every year in crashes.
And distracted driving is getting even worse.
I wish we had better ways to prevent distracted driving.
Me too. But one thing we can do is help people who've been injured in car and truck accidents.
Hurting almost heaven? Dial the 7s. 304-777-7777.
SkinnerWins.com.
It's the new normal. You live, work, and play everywhere. Whether it's the family car or the family business, you need insurance that keeps pace with your changing life. Home on the job or working from home, peace of mind comes from knowing your whole world is covered. No matter what happens or how big it grows, whatever your new normal, Erie Insurance's award-winning service and personal agents can keep pace. Call your local agent today or visit erieinsurance.com for a quote.
Nothing goes better with football than chicken. From Pee Wee to the big boys to the wing T formation. Oh my, fumbling, bumbling, stumbling.
Omaha!
Rocks Local Market.
W. Harley Miller Systems understands the need and desire for reliable and affordable smart home solutions. Secure your home with a security system and keep a close eye on your family. Automate your home with a Control4 system and have smart technology work as one. Set daily schedules to control your thermostats. Push a button and set the mood for dinner by dimming lights and playing music, or just sit back and enjoy a movie in your own home theater. Put decades of experience to work for you. Visit us at whmsystems.com or call 304-350-1931.
When it comes to providing you with a better car buying experience, CMA's Chrysler Dodge Jeep Ram of Martinsburg takes it personally. Why? Because we're employee owned. That makes us neighbors, and good neighbors take care of each other. Come experience the honesty, transparency, and value we provide every customer, every neighbor, each and every day. At CMA's Chrysler Dodge Jeep Ram of Martinsburg, owners just care more about you.
After a car accident, call the local law firm that can give you the help you need right now.
Get more with Mansion Ferretti, the one with 115 years of combined experience fighting for West Virginia accident victims. Get more with Mansion Ferretti.
The one that takes on the big insurance companies.
Get more with Mansion Ferretti. We're Mansion Ferretti.
After a car accident, we'll fight for every dollar you deserve. And if there's no recovery, there's no fee. So call right now.
Get more with Mansion Ferretti. 304-264-8505.
Hello, Jonathan Bodwell, Bodwell Insurance Solutions, your local Medicare insurance agency. We are celebrating our 20th anniversary this year. The Medicare annual enrollment period is here. Medicare plans have changed drastically this year. We are here to help you with a no-charge review of your coverage. Don't get taken advantage of by a call center. Call us at 304-283-0864. Stay local with Bodwell Insurance Solutions.
My kids, you know I want the best for you, don't you? We need to have a conversation.
End-of-life planning is no one's favorite discussion, but the relief of having everything in place when the hour of need arrives is a gift. Give it to your family. Plan ahead with us.
Brown Funeral Homes, a leading provider of cremations, invites you to explore the many flexible options of cremation. From environmental considerations to the benefit of greatly reduced cost, it may be the perfect answer for your family. Online at brownfuneralhomeswv.com. Brown Funeral Homes, here for you.
Remember all the sports we played when we were kids?
Oh yeah, swimming, tennis, basketball,
Football, soccer, track. I loved winning.
I still do.
Our competitive spirit is still going strong.
But now we use it to win for our clients. If you've been hurt in almost heaven,
call the Sevens, 304-777-7777.
SkinnerWins.com.
We welcome you back out here to Hedgesville High School, minutes away from the senior night ceremony here for Hedgesville Volleyball, as 10 seniors will be honored for the Eagles before tonight's varsity volleyball contest against their bitter rivals, the Musselman Applemen. Looking forward to it. We just had a crazy blowout in set number 2 for the JV match, as it was Musselman dominating to take the win 2-0. I'm Colin McLaughlin here for TV10 WRNR TV on YouTube. Alongside me is Dylan Bishop. Camera crew tonight, Ethan Elliott and Tyler Strine. Back at the studio is Kyler High, just waiting for everything to still be set up here for Hedgesville. So fortunately the JV match went quickly, which gives us more time here for senior night. Got to lock in, as I said, 10 seniors being honored, and what a class it's been. A special one that's delivered a state championship already and looking to make it another here this year, trying to go back-to-back.
Yeah, a group of 10 seniors. Gracie Brown, Parker Sutherland, and among them, a great group that has contributed since they were freshmen, especially those two. But overall, for Hedgesville, a great group. I mean, your outside hitters, your setter, like Groves, Seymour, Smith, Alwyn, Lathwell, Brown, Ware, Sykes, and Sutherland. Very successful. They have developed over the years into now a state champion, who is once again the number 1 team in the state here late in the season, and I think is expected to at least get back to the state championship again.
Yeah, looking forward to seeing them here tonight against Musselman, who is still within themselves the premier program, coming in 4th in the most recent coaches poll, so a team that you can't underestimating a team. You probably don't want to be playing on senior night, right? Senior night's supposed to be one of those special nights where you get to showcase your skills and kind of play a little more loose, a little more confident, knowing that you're most likely going to win, but you got to give 100% here tonight and then some against Musselman, a team that will always fight you hard night in, night out, and a team that you could possibly see go their way and pull off the upset here against Hedgesville if things are just right. But that's going to take a lot, as last time around it was a sweep at Musselman's place.
It was, and of course, we mentioned before the JV match that regional seeding's already in, so this game won't matter in that sense in terms of any sort of ranking, seeding, standings. But for Musselman, they're absolutely going to want revenge off of that last match that they had, getting swept on their home court. I'm sure that in their minds they want to return the favor, especially here on senior night.
So it looks like Coach Whitford walking out. Still got a few more things that appears to put together for senior night down below here for Hedgesville, as they will be honoring Addison Groves, Addison Seymour, Alexis Smith, Zoe Alwyn, Grace Lathwell, Gracie Brown, Jayana Ware, Jillian Sykes, and Parker Sutherland here this evening for Hedgesville. And then we will get to our pregame coverage and get you ready for tonight's varsity contest between Hedgesville and Musselman. We'll hear from both teams' head coaches and their thoughts in that, as it looks like Coach Whitford just trying to put the JV team out here, making a little bit of a tunnel for the seniors. I believe I saw a kind gesture as well from Hedgesville when Musselman arrived. They gave Musselman's seniors roses as well. So, like seeing that here around the EPAC, but it sounds like they're ready to go, so we're going to send it down to the PA announcer for it.
Graduating seniors, commemorate their careers here as Hedgesville volleyball players. Starting off tonight, we'll have number 1, Addison Groves. Addison's future plans are to go to WVU to study animal science for her undergrad and then transfer to Virginia Tech for their vet program. She would like to thank her mom and dad for all the time and money put into her volleyball career. She would also like to thank Coach Allison, who always believed in her, for showing her the utmost respect since the day she transferred to HHS. She would also like to thank her travel coaches, Coach Jackie and Coach Erica, for bringing back the love for the sport she had lost. She can't be more grateful for the teammates who made this team feel like a family. She would cherish every moment left with this great group of girls. She would like to shout out Alexis Smith for being her comfort system on the court during tough games. Addison Groves. Next we have number 3, Addison A.D.Y. Seymour. This is her second year as a member of the HHS volleyball program. Addison's future plans are to attain a bachelor's in accounting with a minor in criminal justice and to eventually pursue a career as a forensic accountant with the FBI, working in the Crimes Against Children Division. She would like to thank all her friends and family, especially her parents, grandparents, boyfriend Kingston, and Cheryl, for bringing her to endless practices and games no matter the time or place. She would further like to thank anyone who's ever believed in her, including all her previous coaches, especially Coach Allison. In all her 7 years of playing volleyball, she has never been so grateful to not only play for Hedgesville, but to gain so many new friends in the process, like Gracie Brown and Sad, along with Jay, Annie, and Parker. All welcomed her with open arms. She loves you guys. And lastly, she thanks God for every day for the opportunity He has given her to fulfill life here. Addison A.D.Y. Seymour. Next up, we have number 4, the Lady Cedars. The lady is being escorted by her mom, Dawn, and her dad, Shane. This is her 5th year as a member of the HHS volleyball program. The lady's future plans are to attend Shepherd University and major in nursing. The lady would like to thank her parents for being so supportive through all of these years. She would also like to thank all of her coaches from the beginning of her volleyball career to now. A special thank you to Coach Becca, who was there for her physical therapy journey. Lastly, a thank you to the HHS volleyball program for giving her memories that will last a lifetime and lifelong friendships. The Lady Cedars. Up next, we have number 5, Alexis Smith. She's being escorted tonight by her mom and dad. This is her 5th year as a member of the Hedgesville volleyball program. Alexis' future plans are to play volleyball at Shepherd University and major in nursing to become a CRNA. She would like to thank her mom for coaching and pushing her to become the player she is now, most of all for being her built-in best friend. She would also like to thank her dad for countless advice and pep talks and for missing some punting season to come to her games. Thank you to Coach Allison for being her biggest cheerleader, supporter, and coach the girl could ask for. Thank you to all her other family and friends for their endless support. Alexis Smith. Next we have number 7, Zoe Alden. She's being escorted tonight by her parents, Marcy and Justin, and her sister Emma. This is her 5th year as a member of the Hedgesville volleyball program. Zoe's future plans are to get a master's degree in architectural engineering. She would like to thank all of her past and present coaches for pushing her to become the best player and teammate, for her family for always supporting her in everything she does, her teammates for giving her memories she'll never forget, and specifically her parents for driving her to and attending every practice, game, and tournament. Zoe Allman. Next up, we have number 9, Grace Lathwell. Grace is being escorted tonight by her mom, Cindy, and dad, Kevin. This is her 5th year as a member of the HHS volleyball program. Grace's future plans are to attend WVU in the fall of 2026 to complete her prereqs and to enter into the occupational therapy master's program at WVU. She says, I would first like to thank my parents. I am forever grateful for them. They encourage and care for me so much, and I would not want anyone else to have raised me. Thank you, Mom and Dad. I would also like to thank Coach A and Coach Aaron and all the wonderful teammates I have had over the years. I especially like to shout out some of my close friends that have always been there for me. Ashley Candy, Kylie Ann East, and Jillian Sykes. And we can't forget about my brother Dylan for always singing the national anthem every game. I am forever grateful for my 5 years here and for all of my memories. Grace Lathwell. Next up, number 11, Gracie Brown. Gracie is being escorted by her dad Derek and mom Amanda. This is her 5th year as a member of the Hedgesville volleyball program. Gracie's future plans are to attend Glenville State University to continue her volleyball career and pursue a major in either exercise science or education. She would like to thank God for the tremendous blessing of opportunity and answered prayers, her parents for their love and support and for always having her back, her Biffy for being her best friend, her grandparents and aunts for supporting her near and far, dear friends Mr. and Mrs. Wilson and Ms. Donna, who are like grandparents, special family Annette Jordan and Hannah Carl for always being there for her, the Fortney family and Zadie for being her England for 3 years in a bond that will last forever, Coach Allison for challenging her to be the best player she can be, Coach Phil McCoy for his continued support and for making her the volleyball player she is today, and her church family for their support and prayers when she needed it the most. Finally, Dr. Taylor Hockman, Dr. Blake DeWard, and Miss Jamie Temple. Less than a year ago, just 4 days after winning the volleyball state championship, Gracie tore her MCL and ACL. She didn't know if she'd ever be able to play high school sports again. With their compassion, encouragement, and especially their patience, they helped make it possible for her to be on the court today. Lastly, thank you to her friends who have been a part of this journey and helped to make memories that will last a lifetime. Gracie Brown. Next up, number 13, Jayana Ware. She was congratulated tonight by her mother and grandmother. This is her 5th year as a member of the Hedgesville Volleyball program. Jayana's future plans are to stay local and get her LPN and associates and further her nursing education at WVU to be a delivery nurse. She would like to thank all of her coaches, along with Joy Van Dyne and Aaron Whitford, for pushing and believing in her. Coach Allison for playing more than just the role of a coach. Her family, grandparents, her boyfriend and friends for their unwavering support, and her mom for every late night, long tournament, and daily drive to and from practice. She would also like to thank her teammate, Amy Bishop, for being her sister in Christ on the team. Lastly, she would like to thank God for every opportunity to step on the court. Jeremiah 29:11 says, "For I know the plans I have for you, declares the Lord, plans to give you a hope and a future." Thank you, Hedgesville Volleyball. Number 13, signing out. Next we have number 15, Jillian Sykes. Jillian is being escorted tonight by her parents, Matt and Christina, and sisters Catherine and Addison. This is her 5th year as a member of the volleyball program. Jillian's future plans are to attend college at North Carolina State for meteorology, and one day work for the National Weather Service or the National Oceanic and Atmospheric Administration. She would like to thank her friends for keeping her sane during each school year, her teammates for all the fun and laughter on and off the court, her mom for supporting her throughout her career, her dad for pushing her to always try her best and shake off mistakes, and to her coaches. To Megan Smith for first sparking the love for the sport, to her travel coaches for filling in the space during the off-season, to Aaron for all the setting tips and tricks he taught her, to Coach Danielle for the support for the French, to Coach Avery for giving her confidence, and Coach Allison for giving her the big opportunity sophomore year and believing in her. Jillian Sykes. Always being there, encouraging her every step of the way. She would also like to thank Coach Allison for being more than a coach, for believing in her and pushing her to get better. Parker is proud to have been part of her team and will carry these memories with her always. Parker Sutherland. And ladies and gentlemen, please give it up for your senior evening.
Looks like that concludes tonight's senior night ceremony for Hedgesville. Again, 10 seniors being honored, as you can see out there on the court. So let's step aside now as they disperse and take a 2-minute break. And on the other side of that 2-minute break, we'll get into our pregame coverage for tonight's contest. It's varsity volleyball in the EPAC between Hedgesville and Musselman. Back in 2 minutes here on TV 10 and WRNR TV on YouTube.
Life is evolving. Over the past decade, the way we do almost everything has changed. Get on your phone, see something you like, click on it, and it shows up at your door. Why should the way you have your car serviced be any different? Why waste your time going to a dealership service department when Hagerstown Ford and Hancock Chevrolet will come to you? They service all makes, all models, and offer full parts and labor warranties. Hagerstown Ford and Hancock Chevrolet will come to your door or office and service your vehicle while you're doing what you need to be doing, conducting that business meeting or mowing the lawn. Why take time out of your busy schedule when you don't have to? Hagerstown Ford and Hancock Chevrolet's friendly, knowledgeable staff will come to you where you live or where you work for full service maintenance. From oil changes to tire rotations, brakes, batteries, multi-point inspections, they handle it all. Hagerstown Ford and Hancock Chevrolet is committed to delivering the best of the best to their customers. Trust them to service your vehicle where you're at home or at work. Skip the time-consuming and terminal wait at the dealership. Schedule your appointment at fordofhagerstown.com or hancockchevy.com.
Did you know a fully loaded truck weighs 80,000 pounds?
I do know that they can cause a lot of damage in a wreck.
Over 40,000 people die every year in crashes.
And distracted driving is getting even worse.
I wish we had better ways to prevent distracted driving.
Me too. But one thing we can do is help people who've been injured in car and truck accidents.
Hurting almost heaven? Dial the 7s. 304-777-7777.
SkinnerWins.com.
When will I be able to retire? How do I make the most of the money I have? How do I leave a lasting legacy to my loved ones? I'm Philip McCoy, financial advisor with the Mirius Group, a private wealth advisory practice of Ameriprise Financial Services Incorporated. Call us today at 304-263-4343 to help you make the most of your financial future. Our office is located at 1270 Winchester Avenue, Martinsburg, West Virginia.
Ameriprise Financial Services Incorporated, member FINRA and SIPC.
Welcome back here on TV 10 and WRNR TV on YouTube as the clock has started ticking, which means it is time for pregame warm-ups and our pregame show for Musselman and Hedgesville. Our pregame show brought to you by the Mirius Group and Ameriprise Financial Advisors John Everson and Phil McCoy. Stop by 1270 Winchester Avenue in Martinsburg or call them at 304-263-4343. Pregame show also brought to you by W. Harley Miller Systems, providing custom integration services like home and office automation, home theater, networking, audio, video distribution, and more. Call them at 304-350-1931 or visit them online at whmsystems.com. It's senior night here for Hedgesville. Just saw the seniors being honored for the Eagles. Musselman patiently waiting to begin its warm-ups. They've been anxiously waiting for this one, and so have we. It's always the premier main event of the season when these two teams go head-to-head. Not once, but twice here in the region.
Absolutely, and even though Hedgesville was able to sweep Musselman the first time around earlier this season, September 16th, I think Musselman coming off of a year here where I think it's not the same level of Musselman team that it's been this year compared to years past. They're still an impressive team overall, and one that I think can definitely take a set or two off of this Hedgesville team. But the way Hedgesville has looked this year, and with all these seniors that we just saw get honored, the experience that they have, and as good as they were even as freshmen and sophomores now being seniors, you would be hard-pressed to feel like anybody in the state, at least that we've seen. We don't know what Morgantown or anybody like that looks like in particular, but Hedgesville is number one in the state for a reason. Hard-pressed to see Hedgesville on their home floor, big-time senior night for all of these key players, letting the Applemen come out of here with a win.
Yeah, the Applemen still going to give them, though, their best effort. And whenever I was catching up with Sean Martz, the head coach of Musselman, had a great conversation with him. You'll hear from him here momentarily in the pregame show, but I can't 100% remember if this part was in it or not. He feels like the past 2 years here against Hedgesville, his team has allowed Hedgesville to dictate how the match is going to go. They've kind of been the ones fighting in survival mode. He wants to change that tone here tonight. He wants his team to be the aggressors, his team to be on attack mode, and if we see that from Musselman, we usually see them come out on top. They are the premier program in the state for a reason, It does feel like, though, here in the past few years, there might be a changing of the guard, but when it comes to total amount of state championship success, it's the Applemen, period, end of story.
We'll see what things look like next season when this big group of seniors is gone for Hedgesville, and we'll see how the rest of the season plays out. But yeah, if anybody can get their team up and in the right mindset for a match like this, it's Coach Martz and Musselman, because of the success they've had. They've been here, they've been there, they've been everywhere. And some of these players may not have been in some of the big-time situations that some other players from Musselman have been, but Coach Martz is still there. He's the constant. Players have come in and out, and they've had great success either way. This is a big-time match tonight for bragging rights, really, for pride, not much else for that, not when it comes to playoff seeding, things like that. But I think for Musselman, this could be a huge match for their mentality, how they're feeling, their confidence going into the playoffs.
Yeah, it probably can't be measured, honestly, if they're able to pull off the win tonight against Hedgesville, the defending state champions and the number one team in the state. They haven't lost a match against a team from the state so far this year, so if Musselman's able to do that, it can't be measured how much confidence that would give this team moving forward here into the postseason that begins on Thursday next week. And we're going to have coverage for you of the postseason. Not sure what we will have, as we don't know how things look yet so far in the region. We know the region tournament looks completely different this year. You got the 10 teams in the north, the 10 teams in the south. It will be double elimination, and it will be split kind of into pods of 5 within that double elimination, with 2 of the teams from each pod of 5 heading to states for 8 total, and then it will be a normal state tournament from there. But that will begin next week, hopefully either tomorrow or Thursday of this week. We'll know what that seeding looks like. You pretty much know 1, 2, 3. It's Hedgesville, Morgantown, Musselman, most likely. But how will it look after that in the north? That remains to be seen. Looking forward to that. But here tonight, you don't want to miss this. Hedgesville, 36-3-3 overall so far this season. A perfect 9-0 in the EPAC, trying to make it 10-0. And then on the other side, it's Musselman sitting at 21-13 according to Max, perhaps 8-1 so far in the EPAC, and that one loss, of course, being that sweep against Hedgesville earlier this year over on Klein Court in Inwood. So we'll have to wait and see how tonight goes, but let's step aside and take a 2-minute break here and now. And on the other side of that 2-minute break, we'll hear from both teams' head coaches, as I caught up with Coach Whitford and Coach Martz earlier today. You're tuned in to EPAC Volleyball on TV10, WRNR TV on YouTube. Back in 2 minutes.
With 4 new car dealerships and 4 used car dealerships in 3 states, Parsons is the largest used car and fastest growing new car dealer in the tri-state area. Take Parsons Ford with huge savings on hundreds of new Fords, financing from 0%, Parsons' goal of financing for all, and Parsons' famous above-market trade-in allowances that help make Parsons #1 for used cars too. See why so many won't buy anywhere but Parsons Ford in Martinsburg. We became #1 by making you #1 first. Parsons.
I pre-planned my funeral to make it easier on my family. They were relieved to know I'll get just what I want.
My family actually thanked me for taking matters into my own hands. Turns out having this awkward conversation wasn't awkward at all.
Pre-planning is my choice. There are certain things about me my family may not know. Now they won't need to guess.
The choices are yours. The peace of mind is theirs. Pre-plan your funeral with Brown Funeral Homes and everything will be taken care of. Find out more online at brownfuneralhomeswv.com. Brown Funeral Homes, here for you.
When it comes to surgery, experience and innovation matter. At WVU Medicine, our board-certified surgeons use the latest robotic and minimally invasive techniques to provide better outcomes and faster recoveries. We offer a full range of procedures including advanced hernia repair, anti-reflux surgery, breast cancer surgery, colon resection, gallbladder removal, skin cancer, and lesion removal. Trust the region's leader in advanced surgical care. Call WVU Medicine Surgery today at 304-596-2150.
You feel that in the air? The precision passes of expletives thrown from a jersey-clad warrior to his TV, his dog, or anyone that'll listen. It's time for tailgating and showing off those parking lot picnics. Just remember, when you come out of the fourth quarter to 5 new dents, remember Cody's Auto Body is your MVP. I can erase those dents, just not the memory of your team's awful record. I'm Cody with Cody's Auto Body. That's Cody's with a T for f***ing trust.
We welcome you back here on TV 10 and WRNR TV on YouTube. About 11 and a half minutes remaining here in pregame warm-ups as it's Musselman's turn to take the court solo for its warm-ups now, and then around the 6-minute mark it'll flip over to Hedgesville. But let's continue our pregame show, brought to you by the Marius Group and Ameriprise Financial Advisors John Everson and Phil McCoy. You can stop by 1270 Winchester Avenue in Martinsburg or call them at 304-263-4343. Pregame show also brought to you by W. Harley Miller Systems, providing custom integration services like home and office automation, home theater, networking, audio, video distribution, and more. Call them today at 304-350-1931 or visit them online at whmsystems.com. As we continue our pregame show, let's now hear from both teams' head coaches.
I'm first joined by the head coach for Hedgesville, Allison Whitford. Coach, your team's season winding down to an end. What are you hoping to get done here tonight?
Yeah, we're hoping to finish strong. Like you said, last regular season game, so we want to make sure that we are, continuing to improve on things. We played well this weekend. We want to continue and kind of move with that momentum and just try to keep everybody healthy rolling into next week.
It's Musselman as well, the big rivalry regionally. How much excitement does that give your team whenever you get that matchup?
Yeah, I think just the amount that the stands are packed, I think really just hypes our girls up. That we know that when we play Hedgesville plays Musselman historically, both are pretty good programs, and that's when our bleachers are the most packed. So I think they get excited when it's a packed gym and it's senior night. So a lot of their friends and family are coming into town, and just excited to celebrate with them. So they're definitely excited for tonight.
As you mentioned, senior night, you guys have 10 seniors that you'll be honoring. Just a little bit about that class and how special they've been.
For sure. They are a special group. I have no idea how to describe that other than they're just a special group. We have, Gracie and Parker and Alexa have all played. They've all started since their freshman year. So they've spent 4 years, on the varsity court contributing to our team. And then everybody else has really just, stepped up wherever we need them, different positions, very versatile group, and just a fun group. They love each other, they love volleyball, so we're going to be sad to lose them.
Also, playoffs on the horizon. What else do you feel like your team needs to accomplish before that time comes?
I think right now we just need to get healthy. We have, we had two girls out this weekend that didn't travel with us based on sickness and injury. So we're really kind of taking it light in the gym, making sure that, we are doing the things we need to do to get better, but we also are just continuing to give them rest and trying to get everybody healthy rolling into next week.
Anything else?
That's all.
Thank you. Now joined by the head coach from Musselman, Sean Martz. Coach, season winding down to a close here for the regular season. What are you hoping that your team accomplishes here the rest of the way in tonight?
Well, there's not a lot really on the line tonight. The seedings for regionals are already in. They were due today, so this has no bearing on our regional seeding. So really, there's no pressure. Just trying to get some momentum going into the postseason. We want to play tough. We want to be competitive, and like I said, just get some confidence, momentum going in for next week.
You mentioned the fact that there's no pressure, but it's still at the same time a big rivalry. It's Hedgesville, a team that you guys always want to beat. So how is that kind of mixed feelings back and forth, but at the same time you putting the right mindset in your team?
Well, Oh, yeah, obviously when we play Hedgesville, or any in-county school really, but especially Hedgesville is a big rival. So it's fun to have this, they're ranked number 1. I think we're ranked 4 right now, and it's been reversed in a lot of years, so it's been a fun rivalry. We certainly respect them. We just want to go in and kind of change our mindset tonight. I feel like the last year or two we were kind of just sit back and let them dictate the game to us, and we're kind of in survival mode and just kind of hope to keep it close. Tonight we really focus on being more of an attack mode from the service line, and serve receive, from offensively, and try to dictate a little bit more to them instead of just sitting back on our laurels and let them dictate to us.
As you kind of already mentioned, regional seeding in as well. How are you guys feeling heading into the postseason next week?
Well, I mean, if everything falls the way it should, we should be the 3 seed. Hedgesville will be the 1 seed, and probably Morgantown will be the 2nd seed. So we're not sure how the 4, 5, and 6 are going to fall. We'll play the 6 at our place if we're 3. So, I think that comes out tomorrow, maybe the next day. So we'll assess that when it comes and get prepared for whoever we got to play.
Here for tonight, though, what are you hoping that your team can accomplish to get that win?
Like I said, just be in attack mode, be tough in serve and serve receive, and offensively we want to play fast. We want to get on the ball quick and just play sound defense, and just be competitive and like I said, get some momentum going into next week.
Anything else, Coach?
That's it.
Thank you.
All right, thank you.
That was our coaches' interviews with Coach Whitford and Coach Marks, as Hedgesville will now take the floor to begin its warm-ups. We will step aside and take another 2-minute break, and on the other side of that break, continue with our pregame coverage, getting you ready for tonight's varsity contest between Hedgesville and Musselman here on TV10 and WRNR TV on YouTube. Back in 2 minutes. The Palace Lounge in Martinsburg is the place to be. Join us every night to relax and enjoy football or basketball games featuring either the Martinsburg Bulldogs, Shepherd University Rams, or West Virginia Mountaineers. We will have steak night every Wednesday, trip nights every Thursday, and now taco and margarita nights every Tuesday. You can find us on Facebook or call 304-267-7520. The Palace Lounge is located at 1350 Edwin Miller Boulevard in Martinsburg.
Life is evolving. Over the past decade, the way we do almost everything has changed. Get on your phone, see something you like, click on it, and it shows up at your door. Why should the way you have your car serviced be any different? Why waste your time going to a dealership service department when Hagerstown Ford and Hancock Chevrolet will come to you? They service all makes, all models, and offer full parts and labor warranties. Hagerstown Ford and Hancock Chevrolet will come to your door or office and service your vehicle while you're doing what you need to be doing, conducting that business meeting or mowing the lawn. Why take time out of your busy schedule when you don't have to? Hagerstown Ford and Hancock Chevrolet's friendly, knowledgeable staff will come to you where you live or where you work for full service maintenance, from oil changes to tire rotations, brakes, batteries, multi-point inspections. They handle it all. Hagerstown Ford and Hancock Chevrolet is committed to delivering the best of the best to their customers. Trust them to service your vehicle where you're at home or at work. Skip the time-consuming and terminal wait at the dealership. Schedule your appointment at FordofHagerstown.com or HancockChevy.com.
Car accident? Get more with Mansion Ferretti.
If you've been injured in a car accident, there are 3 things you need to know.
1, do not discuss your accident with an insurance company before you talk to a lawyer.
2, on average, car accident victims with a lawyer get over 3 times more money than those without one.
And 3, at Mansion Ferretti, if we don't win, you don't pay us, guaranteed. Car accident? Get more with Mansion Ferretti. 304-264-8505.
We welcome you back here on TV10 WRNR TV on YouTube for our pregame coverage of tonight's varsity volleyball action between Musselman and Hedgesville. Got about 3 minutes left here in warm-ups for Hedgesville. So before we introduce you to both teams, we'll continue to kind of just give our thoughts here and maybe list some keys for tonight between these two. And the first one, I'll kind of take the easy one. It's obviously serve and serve receive. That's always crucial. If your team isn't on point in those 2 categories, good luck finding a way to win against the opponent that's in front of you when it's Hedgesville and Musselman doing battle.
Yeah, that's always going to be the main thing. We saw a lot of issues with that in JV, but these are high-quality varsity experience rosters here, especially, we're going to keep saying 10 seniors on Hedgesville's side, this being their senior night. But, yeah, that's going to be the main thing. And I'd say, overall, if you want to get another key into this, is the mental side of things. For Hedgesville, this is an emotional night. You don't want the emotions to get the best of you. And on the Musselman side, you don't want to overextend yourself, really going out there and forcing things because you say, oh, we got swept last time, and this is senior night. We really got to go out there and send a message. You just kind of have to play your game. And don't get too much in your head one way or the other on either side. And as long as you just stick to what you know, stick to your game, what you practice every day, then I think the team that can do that better definitely increases their odds of winning a lot.
Yeah, it's weird to say that there's pressure on them because of it being senior night, but I guess in maybe some ways there is. And then for one of the seniors, there might be some way, shape, or form of pressure on her, and that is Gracie Brown, as you expect her to eventually break this record that I'm about to let you know of, but at what point, because of only being one away, does she do it? You feel like it would be quickly, because it's kills, and that is something that Gracie Brown can rack up, which is why she's soon to be the school record holder, as she's right now at 1,716 and climbing, one away from passing Yates in that record here for Hedgesville. But knowing that, you're obviously wanting to feed her early, but will she possibly be tight and let some of those spikes go, slip away, not be on point because of trying to get that immediately done and give up a few points to Musselman, which you can't afford to do so. You'll have to wait and see. But again, that possibly will happen and most likely will happen here early on tonight, as she is one away from the career kills record holder here for Hedgesville. Horn sounds, both teams have finished warming up, so let's now introduce you to both teams, and let's start with the visitors in gray this evening. The Musselman Applemen, coached by Sean Martz, coming in with a record of 21-13 overall, 8-1 in the Eastern Panhandle Athletic Conference. Number 11 is Olivia Alice. Number 21's Ella Collis. Number 7's Leah Dunham. Number 5 is Gracie Gantz. You have as well number 3, Bianca Hutzler. Number 8, Layla Kearns. Number 14, Raylan Kisner. Number 9, Allie Miller. Number 17, Maddie Shelton. Number 25, Lucy Soltero. Number 4, Reese Troxler. Number 6, Brielle Wolf. Number 10, Ashlyn Weatherholtz. As for Hedgesville, coached by Allison Whitford, they come in with a record of 36-3-3 overall and a perfect 9-0 here in the EPAC. For Hedgesville, it's number 1, Addison Groves. Number 2, Emery Groves. Number 3, Addison Seymour. Number 4, Delaney Cedars. Number 5, Alexa Smith. Number 6, Savannah Parker. Number 7, Zoe Alwyn. Number 8, Lauren Barnhart. Number 9, Grace Laughwell. Number 10's Ariana Walters. Number 11's Gracie Brown. Number 12, Emmy Bishop. Number 13, Jayana Ware. Number 14, Drama Daramadou. Number 15's Jillian Sykes. And number 16 is Parker Sutherland, as the PA announcers went through Musselman's announcements for their roster. Lights go off here, the strobe lights ready to go on. And it's now time for Hedgesville to be introduced. It feels like basketball season. I don't know if we've seen this for volleyball, but I'm liking it going. Got the pop and circumstance here in Hedgesville.
Just let people hear it?
let's step aside, take one last 2-minute break, and on the other side of that 2-minute break, we'll be ready for tonight's varsity match between Musselman and Hedgesville. This is EPAC Volleyball on TV 10 and WRNR TV on YouTube. We are back in 2 minutes.
When it comes to surgery, experience and innovation matter. At WVU Medicine, our board-certified surgeons use the latest robotic and minimally invasive techniques to provide better outcomes and faster recoveries. We offer a full range of procedures including advanced hernia repair, anti-reflux surgery, breast cancer surgery, colon resection, gallbladder removal, skin cancer, and lesion removal. Trust the region's leader in advanced surgical care. Call WVU Medicine Surgery today at 304-596-2150.
Sometimes our customers face circumstances that stretch their financial resources. At West Virginia American Water, we're here to help. Our customer assistance program can keep your life flowing by providing one-time assistant grants of up to $500, payment installment plans, and budget billing to provide predictable monthly bills. We also offer discounts of 20% for qualified low-income customers. To learn more about our customer assistance programs, visit westvirginiaamwater.com.
Hi, Crescia Hornby here. Larry DeMarco, broker of Modern Realty Results, believes he has some of the best real estate agents in the Eastern Panhandle. Agents at Modern Realty Results have years of experience and knowledge of the local real estate market. Agents within the office work as a team to provide quality customer service. We strive to always ensure client satisfaction through handling every transaction with honesty and integrity, all while offering competitive rates. Modern Realty Results is veteran-owned and managed. Please call us at 262-4222, modernrealtyresults.com.
W. Harley Miller Systems understands the need and desire for reliable and affordable smart home solutions. Secure your home with a security system and keep a close eye on your family. Automate your home with a Control4 system and have smart technology work as one. Set daily schedules to control your thermostats. Push a button and set the mood for dinner by dimming lights and playing music, or just sit back and enjoy a movie in your own home theater. Put decades of experience to work for you. Visit us at WHMsystems.com or call 304-350-1931.
Welcome back here on TV 10 and WRNR TV on YouTube. It is now time for the varsity match between Musselman and Hedgesville for the final time of the regular season. Set 1 is brought to you by Hagerstown Ford. They're revolutionizing the car buying experience. You can buy your next vehicle online and they'll deliver it to you. If you don't like it, they'll take it back. Visit them online at fordofhagerstown.com. Set 1 also brought to you by Power Beck and Matt Zurich Law Offices. Call them at 304-264-8870 to speak with an attorney today, or visit www.lawpbm.com. I'm Colin McLaughlin. Alongside me on the call is Dylan Bishop. Our camera crew here tonight, Ethan Elliott and Tyler Strine. Back at the studio is Kyler High. Both teams out on the floor, and it looks like it will be Musselman serving first, as Allie Miller, the libero, wearing white tonight, back to do so. The rest of Musselman in the road gray uniforms. As for Hedgesville, they're in the home white, and their libero, Alexis Smith, in the blue. Here we go between the number 1 team in the state in Hedgesville and the number 4 team in the state in Musselman once again.
A lot of energy in here tonight.
Yeah, great crowd for senior night. A lot of family and friends. A big student section down in front of us for Hedgesville as well. And away we go. Miller serve across. And it is Bishop on the outside on the attack for Hedgesville. This one tapped over the block. Hedgesville scrambles to keep it alive. And it's a free ball now to Musselman. We'll see if they can capitalize on it. And they can't do so. Now it's Ware, just past the block, as back and forth we go. Shelton setting up Troxler, but it's to the back line for Seymour. They set up Ware again, just past the block, but again Troxler backing it up here. Shelton, and that tapped over the block, and Musselman strikes first, as it's the freshman, Brielle Wolf, making it 1-0 Applemen.
For Musselman, this is a lot closer to just another night. So you might see a little tense start here for the Eagles.
That serve is over and out of play, though, and we're tied up at 1 as Miller just put too much underneath that one.
They didn't get it on their own. It was a Musselman mistake, but maybe that first point will help that sort of thing out.
One of the 10 seniors, Jillian Sykes, now serving for Hedgesville. Here knotted up at 1. Her serves across, goes right to Miller. Shelton setting it up, and that's a tough one for Collis to get to, but it didn't matter as she's able to finesse it across, get the point, and Musselman goes up 2-1.
Perfectly placed.
That's all you need. Don't always need power. Serves across, and it's another serve error, as this time it's Hutzler sending it long, and we're tied at 2.
Now you feel the energy of Hedgesville pick up.
Yep, another senior checking in, Delaney Cedars, back to serve now. That goes off block. Are they setting up Brown for the record? They were, but she doesn't get it just yet. And now a mistake, giving the point to Musselman, making it 3-2.
That might be another thing to factor in here with Hedgesville early on, is I think they all know Gracie Brown just needs that one kill.
We'll see. As Cedars now checks out. Great moment for her coming in on her senior night. And here's Brown over the block, but Hutzler is there. Now a block, and it's point Hedgesville as Sutherland and Wolf with the roof, and we're tied at 3. Now Sutherland back to serve.
Their first point that doesn't come off of a Musselman miscue straight out.
Back and forth we go here. And it's a point for Hedgesville. They take the lead as it's Alexa Smith, by the way, figured out why we were missing Delaney Cedars originally on our roster, kind of like Gracie Brown. She last year tore her ACL and wasn't sure if she was going to be able to play volleyball this year, so originally wasn't on the varsity roster, as that's a point for Musselman. So now we're tied at 4. So that makes sense why at the beginning of the season she wasn't listed, because she was still injured, but back from the injury and now getting to play here on her senior night.
And that's good. Like, always love to see stuff like that.
So now serving, it's Weatherholtz across. Shout out Kyler High for that info. As Brown off block, gets the kill, and there you go. Gracie Brown is now Hedgesville's career kills record holder, 17-16 and counting. As she is now in sole possession of the record, passing the great Skylar Yates.
I mean, it makes sense to me. Like, if you told me by the end of her career she'd be number 1, she was a big-time contributor even as a freshman. Incredible career.
5-4 Hedgesville with the lead. It's now Musselman trying to tie it up, but a good dig there by Addison Groves. Here's Brown again off block. It spirals, though, back to Miller. Musselman tapping it across. It's blocked, kept alive. Great reaction there by Miller. And it's a point for the Applemen. They attack from the outside, and Shelton ties us up at 5 as back and forth we go here in set 1.
Looking evenly matched to start out.
Here's Brown again. Off block, kept alive by the Applemen. They set up the outside for Alice, who sends it to the back line. Brown now on the opposite side, off block. And that's out. Musselman trying to get it, had 2 pieces of it, and just couldn't locate them accurate enough to get a third across. At 6-5 Hedgesville is Brown with another kill, and she goes back to serve.
Well, let's not forget that the last time we were here, about 2 weeks ago, Martinsburg and Hedgesville, teams looked evenly matched for 2 of the 4 sets that we saw.
Overpass into the net from Musselman, and they can't send it across in 3 again. It's now 7-5 Hedgesville.
And Martinsburg had a set that they dominated. Hedgesville had one that they dominated. And Hedgesville was able to come out with the other two and win 3-1.
Free ball sent to the back line. Musselman on defense, and Ware for Hedgesville puts it over and out. Point Musselman, and it's now 7-6.
Too strong. You can see a coaching tip from Coach Whitford over to Ware. Correct mechanics.
Bishop blocked, and it's out. Good job by Brown watching that on the line, following it out. Point Hedgesville 8-6 is the score now as Bishop gets the tool.
I think we've gotten past pregame jitters now. We're just into the flow of the game.
Smith serves it across. It goes to Miller. Shelton setting it up. And in the net, it's Sutherland, and oh no. Rolled her ankle, and she is down. 8-7 now is the score. It's dead silent here in Hedgesville now as
she's had injury issues in the past. And
so we'll step aside and take a 30-second break here for the injury, and then we'll be back with more EPAC Volleyball on TV10 and WRNR TV on YouTube back in 30 seconds.
Howard Beck and Matsurif Law Offices. 50 years experience. No fees unless we collect money for you. Always here to help you. Any questions? LawPBM.com.
We welcome you back. Parker Sutherland being helped up onto her feet. And you can see her still kind of trying to put some weight on that right ankle, but she's staying in the game, and student section getting behind her now as looks like Hedgesville wants to kind of appeal there, the call. As there was an in the net call against the Eagles during that play in which Sutherland's ankle was rolled up, and now we wait for Mel and Renee to quickly go over, and it looks like it's going to stand.
Yep.
It's 8-7 Hedgesville leading Musselman here in the first set, and Musselman, now has the serve.
You get worried if Sutherland goes down like she did there. She already has a brace or a wrap, if you want to call it, or a sleeve on that left leg. I believe missed 2 seasons ago with a major leg injury.
I believe so. I can't recall. Is that a kill yet again for Emmy Bishop? 9-7 now Hedgesville as Sykes back to serve again. Her serve is across and played by Musselman. Here's Shelton quickly setting up Collis, but it's blocked. So now they switch the attack up. This time the hit over the block. Now it's Bishop again off block for Hedgesville, and that first touch too close to the net for the setter and Shelton to get to. It's the lead up to 3 now for the Eagles at 10-7.
Now Hedgesville settled in. They've given themselves a little bit of a cushion to work with.
Sykes serving it across. Good first pass. Shelton with a tough angle for the set. It is, though, over and across now with the spike, and that off block. Are they saying? Hedgesville wanted the call, but looks like they're saying no contact made from the block of Musselman, so the point given to the Applemen. It's 10-8.
I didn't see any. It was close.
Serve now off tape, and it's an Appleman ace. Hutzler just gets it to graze the tape up top, making it 10-9 as Sykes just couldn't get there in time.
Great serve.
This one is another Applemen ace. As you heard, Hedgesville calling it out, but it dropped right in front of the line, and we're knotted up at 10.
Got to follow all the way to the line. I think the back line for Hedgesville, Smith and Bishop, they weren't as far back as they thought they were.
Hutzler to Bishop. Sykes with the setup for Sutherland. And it goes right to Miller. Here's Hutzler setting up the outside for Musselman. So that's hit across now, an overpass. Sutherland at the net. And it's a point for the Applemen as she gets called with a 2-touch there. 11-10 now, 4 straight points for Musselman as they retake the lead.
Hedgesville giving themselves a bit of a cushion, but now you can see how fast that can fade away here at this level and in volleyball in general.
Here's Bishop, and she ties us back up. 11-all, as she's looked pretty solid here so far in this first set, but for now she'll check out, as coming in for her is another senior in Addison Groves, who's back to serve. I guess I couldn't or shouldn't say another senior, Emmy Bishop, only a junior, but it's one of the 10 for Hedgesville. That finessed over, and it's a point as Wolf gives the lead back to the Applemen at 12-11.
Yeah, Emmy Bishop has been an impressive member of this squad as well. Coming in, making an impression as a freshman 2 years ago. Younger sister of Skylar Bishop, who was a captain for Martinsburg and is at Shepherd currently.
Brown got blocked, and now this time her hit is out. Point for the Applemen. It's 13-11.
Just recently had a big milestone for Shepherd volleyball. Coach Alex Hawkstra just had his 200th career win.
Yep,
the other
congrats
day.
to him in that program. As this one out as well. It's a point for the Applemen. They now lead at 14-11.
Hedgesville, they've gotten off track. Alexa Smith apparently going to play volleyball at Shepherd next year as well.
All right, a down ball attack. Here's Musselman tapping it across. It's Collis. Sutherland sends it back in one, and now an overpass. But Musselman staying alive. Shelton off block of Sutherland. It's another point for the Applemen. It's the largest lead of the night at 15-11.
As they should be, Musselman looks motivated tonight. They're being swept in the first matchup this
Brown in the middle. Miller, and not over from Musselman. Point back into Hedgesville at 15-12 as the serve back on their side as well. Sutherland to serve. Cross right to Wolf. Here's Shelton putting it over, and a great spike and kill as Olivia Alice puts that one in the far back corner, making it 16-12.
Right in the corner, right at the feet of your line judge there.
Yeah, you couldn't place that one any better. Serve across, it's lobbed. Here's a hit down line by Savannah Parker. That's a point for Hedgesville as both teams starting to trade blows. It's now 16-13.
This is going to be a heavyweight fight.
What else would you expect between number 1 and number 4 in the state?
Yep.
Seymour serves it across. Now Hutzler. Here's Shelton setting up Alice again right in the same spot with that kill. 17-13 Musselman.
Man. Yeah, Hedgesville's going to get a lot of the attention tonight for the reasons we've stated. You know, defending state champs, number 1, senior night, 10 of those 10 seniors. But Musselman is the dynasty here.
Well, there's another serve error by the Applemen, making it 17-14. It's Gracie Brown back to serve now. Brown over to Miller. Here's Shelton. Behind her for Alice, who taps it over the block. Now it's Hedgesville with Bishop finessing it across. They switch to the middle, and that time no good. Bishop again off block, and it stays on the Applemen side. Point Hedgesville, making it 17-15.
The firepower that Hedgesville has is very impressive. You don't see many teams with this many players like Brown, Sutherland, and Bishop who can play up at the net as those outside hitters.
Miller.
Or in the middle.
Shelton. And that hit across as it goes off the first touch of Hedgesville, so point Musselman has reached Troxler, makes it 18-15.
I like to see that from Troxler. She's been impressive on JV the last few years.
Alice off tape. Another serve error by the Applemen, making it 18-16.
And on varsity last year, Troxler made an impact.
So now serving for Hedgesville is Alexa Smith. And her serve looks long, and it is long. A serve error on the Hedgesville side makes it 19-16.
I think Musselman has had the intensity up for this entire set. Hedgesville been a little up and down.
Serve right across and in play. Here's Ware with the spike. It's blocked. Point Applemen. 20-16 Musselman in the lead here in the first set, trying to close it out down the stretch.
I think they need to close it out. I think Hedgesville likely will be able to reset themselves after this set and come out strong.
That one looked like it was going out, but Brown plays it. Here's Bishop over the block right to Shelton. Miller across for Troxler over the block to the back line, and backpedaling now is Hedgesville, and they can't get there as the first touch of Addison Seymour went backwards. It's now 21-16 Musselman.
Haven't had the best touch tonight, best play, positioning, passes.
Serve to Bishop. Now it's sent back across. Bishop hitting it over. Shelton quickly setting up Collis, and she just taps it over the block. Nobody covering the middle. It's now 22-16 Musselman.
You can see and hear the fire from the Musselman bench with every point they get.
Serve right to Brown. It's close to the net, but a great setup for Sutherland, who gets to swing away freely with the kill. That makes it 22-17. And now we'll see Sykes check in. We'll also see Parker check in to add some height to the front line, and your original server back now, which means now's go time if you want to fight back in set one if you're Hedgesville.
Yep. That would be close to perfect from here on out.
Sykes serves it across. Here's Shelton setting up the outside. That goes over the block. Now you have your setter there for Bishop. That's off block. Kept alive by the Eagles. Sutherland again finessing it over, and that's 22-18 now. She gets back-to-back points for the Eagles.
Really good stuff from Sutherland there. She went up and, as long as she could, made it seem like she was going to take a hard swing at that. And then at the very last second, turn it into more of a changeup.
Sykes serving it across. Goes to Gantz. Here's the setup. Shelton. Collis blocked. She puts it back up. That now over the block. Everybody for Hedgesville ready for it. Bishop, though, blocked as Collis and Troxler get the point for Musselman, making it 23-18.
Collis impressive from the middle so far.
Hutzler back to serve now for the Applemen. She gave them a good run earlier. This serve right to Bishop. And it's an overpass. Free swing for Shelton. And there you go. 24-18. Set point opportunity now for the Applemen.
Obviously, there's still one more point to go, but Hedgesville really got to get the train back on the tracks after this set.
Sutherland having to set it up, and now a backline attack by Bishop, who has to get ready for defense. And there you go. Here she is now on the attack, and it's across. Musselman trying to take the first set. That goes off the basketball hoop, and there you go. Shelton with back-to-back points, giving Musselman set one over number one Hedgesville. 25-18.
Tough luck
is the final in the first set. So the Applemen lead at 1-0 here on Hedgesville Senior Night. We'll step aside and take a 1-minute break, then be back with set number 2. This is EPAC Volleyball on TV10 and WRNR TV on YouTube.
Life is evolving. Over the past decade, the way we do almost everything has changed. Get on your phone, see something you like, click on it, and it shows up at your door. Why should the way you have your car serviced be any different? Why waste your time going to a dealership service department when Hagerstown Ford and Hancock Chevrolet will come to you? They service all makes, all models, and offer full parts and labor warranties. Hagerstown Ford and Hancock Chevrolet will come to your door or office and service your vehicle while you're doing what you need to be doing, conducting that business meeting or mowing the lawn. Why take time out of your busy schedule when you don't have to? Hagerstown Ford and Hancock Chevrolet's friendly, knowledgeable staff will come to you where you live or where you work for full service maintenance, from oil changes to tire rotations, brakes, batteries, multi-point inspections. They handle it all. Hagerstown Ford and Hancock Chevrolet is committed to delivering the best of the best to their customers. Trust them to service your vehicle where you're at home or at work. Skip the time-consuming and terminal wait at the dealership. Schedule your appointment at fordofhagerstown.com or hancockchevy.com.
Welcome back here to the Gilbert B. Miller Center in Hedgesville High School. Musselman takes set one, 25-18 over Hedgesville here on senior night, as we now head to set two, which is brought to you by Parsons Ford of Martinsburg, located at 1400 Shepherdstown Road and online at parsonsford.com. They became number one by making you number one first. Parsons. Set two also brought to you by the Mansion Freddie Law Firm in Martinsburg, where it's about seeking justice for you. Go to wvjusticelawyers.com. Colin McLaughlin here alongside me on the call. Dylan Bishop, Tyler Strine, and Ethan Elliott's our camera crew. Back at the studios, Kyler High. Well, Dylan, I said when I talked with Coach Martz that he wanted his team to be the one that were the aggressors, the one dictating on the attack here against Hedgesville, because he felt like that hasn't been the case over the past 2 years, in which we've seen Hedgesville pretty much take care of business against the Applemen. But here to start off tonight, it's the Applemen getting set one.
And they absolutely did dictate the pace, and you could really tell that they came out with fire. That's really the best word I can use to describe it. The intensity, the confidence. And if I'm Coach Whitford, I got them into that huddle and I said, hey guys, this is still Musselman. Hey, we might have swept them early in the season. That was over a month ago. And we need to get ourselves right, because this is a really good team that we're facing. We might be number one, but they're number 4. And again, we just would look at them and say, guys, this is still Musselman.
Sykes back to serve for Hedgesville as we begin set number 2. Shelton setting up Collis. It's blocked by Sutherland. It goes right off Collis, I believe it was again, and she hits it out. Point Hedgesville, making it 1-0.
We've seen plenty of instances. Hedgesville might have a rough set, but they always come back.
Jillian Sykes with another serve across. Troxler has to lean back and just put a little lob shot across, and swinging away is Hedgesville, going up 2-0.
I think Sutherland is a good person to run everything through, because I don't know if Musselman really has a size matchup in the middle there.
Jillian Sykes again. Back line, Gantz. Shelton up for the near side of Wolf. It goes off block. Sykes backing up the block. Now it's across for Bishop. Puts it right to Miller. Shelton with a quick setup for Collis, right to Sykes. And here it is by Parker, but not a lot of power behind it. Is that now over the block? Again, Sykes backing up the block. Great so far in this volley. As back and forth we go here at 2-0. Now a free ball sent across as a tough pass. We'll see if Hedgesville can capitalize, and Emmy Bishop does exactly that. 2-1. Or, excuse me, 3-0.
Great start there. Great start. from Hedgesville. They feel like they've gotten their composure back a little bit to start off this set. See if they let it get away from them at any point, but they don't do that super often.
Jillian Sykes hit across. Now an overpass. Troxler, and a great job here by Alexa Smith. And that, a tough point to get, and Hedgesville gets it anyways. Everything going the Eagles' way to begin this second set.
A great play by Alexa Smith.
Not once, but twice.
Yeah, great plays.
Making up after the overpass to keep it alive. Is that now off block, off net, and that ends the run and quiets the crowd momentarily as Musselman gets its first point of set 2, making it 4-1. So now Hutzler will go back to serve.
I'm sure Smith will hope to join the line of liberos over at Shepherd next year.
Sutherland, great diving dig by Miller. And a free ball set now to Hedgesville's side. And that can be deadly, and it is, as that off block from Sutherland's spike goes out of play, and it's 5-1 Hedgesville. Addison Groves in to serve.
Big time response to open up the set from the Eagles.
Her serves. Off tape.
Wow.
And it's an ace for the Eagles, making it 6-1.
Just like she drew it up, I'm sure.
So we now see her serving again. That time it's to the back line at Gantz. Hutzler now setting up Wolf, and too much. 7-1 Hedgesville.
Timeout coming from Musselman.
We'll take that timeout with the Applemen, make it a 30-second break. Then we'll be back with more here on TV10 and WRNR TV on YouTube.
Fort Evans Archery of Inwood is your local full-service archery pro shop with sales and setup, maintenance, repairs, and sight-ins. Fort Evans Archery is a full stocking dealer for all your favorites like Hoyt, Matthews, Elite, Bowtech, Mission, and Bear, with crossbows from Raven, 10-point, Barnett, and Excalibur. And Fort Evans Archery has a sight range out to 60 yards. Fort Evans Archery, 998 Arden-Melville Road, Suite 2, Inwood, open Tuesday to Friday, 10 a.m. until 6, Saturdays 9:30 to 4. FortEvansArchery.com.
Welcome back out of the timeout. It is 7-1 Hedgesville here in the second set. It's Groves serving it across. Gantz. Hutzler across for Wolf, who dumps it to the back line right at Groves. Now Sykes setting up Gracie Brown through the block. Miller somehow gets it. Shelton over towards the bleachers and coming back and recovering to keep the volley going. Sutherland over the block and diving for it. Gantz. She can't get there. 8-1 Hedgesville.
That is just great feel for the game from Sutherland. Jump and using her size and length, able to jump up, hang in the air, and on her way down, hit the ball with some finesse over.
Another great serve across, and that's going to be a tough one to get to, but Musselman able to. It's Brown right to the back line. Here comes the Applemen, and Wolf just gets that one in that time, making it 8-2. Subs checking in now.
Can Musselman build any momentum off of that? Coming out of the timeout, look a lot better there for them to get that point.
Serves across. Here comes Brown over block. That towards the official. Goes off the official eventually on the second contact. It's now 9-2 Hedgesville. And you can see the Eagles have flipped the switch after dropping the first set. This looks like a completely different team. Off block from Alice's spike. Here's Brown, who has to reach back for that one. Hutzler now here for Alice again. Sykes is there. Groves setting up Gracie Brown. It goes right to Hutzler. That one tapped across. And the point goes to the Applemen as it looks like somebody called in the net for Hedgesville, making it 9-3. It's a little mistake, keeps the serve going here for the Applemen as it's Weatherholtz now. Goes to Addison Groves. Here's Sykes setting up Brown over the block. Diving for it is Hutzler, and she can't get there. Another kill for Gracie Brown, making it 10-3 Hedgesville. She shows yet again why she's now the all-time kills record holder here at Hedgesville, breaking it in set 1. Passing Skylar Yates. Shelton dumping it across. Hedgesville ready for it. Here's Ware over block, and it looks like contact made with the net by Musselman, and it's 11-3. I think it might have been Dunham getting called with the contact. Addison Seymour serves it short, and it's 11-4 now.
Hedgesville's given Musselman some openings to get back into the set. They haven't quite been able to take advantage.
Maddie Shelton just grazes the tape with her serve, but Hedgesville plays it. Brown has it blocked, as that time it was Dunham as well as Alice, making it 11-5.
Wonder if it was maybe one too many times in a row that Brown tried to go with the lighter touch there.
And it's an Appleman ace as the first contact, a poor one, making it 11-6. Musselman starting to chip away here just little by little.
Yeah, there you go. I just mentioned it. There were some openings there. Now Musselman taking some advantage.
Shelton. That one very close to the net, but it's set up by Seymour, and Brown gets blocked. It's Dunham, and it's Alice yet again, making it 11-7.
You can tell Hedgesville feels a little thrown off in these last couple points. See if they can right the ship without a timeout.
Maddie Shelton sends it long, and there you go. That ends the Musselman run and makes it 12-7 as Gracie Brown scoops the ball up off the floor and goes back to serve.
Yeah, I think sometimes you can save a timeout by just letting the other team hopefully eventually run into a mistake of their own, because everybody's bound to make some.
And they make another. Troxler sends that one out. It's 13-7.
And that was Coach Whitford trusting her team, even though Musselman had just gotten a solid, 4-point swing. Say, Musselman, they'll make a mistake or two. We'll figure this out.
Brown serving it short. Miller slides for it. Here's Alice. It's blocked, so they reset. And Ware with another block. Point Musselman, it's 14-7.
The set was just way too far back for Troxler to be able to make a good play on it.
Brown to serve. Alice perfectly placed with the spike, making it 14-8.
Olivia Alice is another one. We talked a lot about Hedgesville's players who have made impacts immediately as freshmen and now are growing into upperclassmen. Olivia Alice is one of those on Musselman's side.
Now she serves. Nearly got an ace, but here's Ware now on the attack, and she gets the point for Hedgesville, making it 15-8.
What a set. That was not an easy back set to make. Was that Seymour? I think it was.
Alexa Smith now back to serve, and she was a great serve receive there on that last point. Set it up for Ware on the start. Serve across. Miller. Shelton setting up Dunham over the block, but backing it up is Seymour. Here's the set now from Smith, and this spike blocked, so they reset with Bishop over the block. Shelton backs it up. Miller across to this side, and that goes off block from Ware as Wolf gets the tool and makes it 15-9.
It seemed very intentional from Wolf to just kind of knock that off of the block, and very well done.
Sometimes that's all you need. Miller serves it across. Brown Set up Seymour. Sutherland blocked. Brown backing it up, keeping it alive. Here's Ware, and that hits the antenna. It's a point for the Applemen, making it 15-10. Allie Miller will now serve again here for the Applemen. That drops right in front of Emmy Bishop, who can't get low enough to get there. It's another Appleman ace, making it 15-11. Miller serving it right to Bishop again with an overpass, and Musselman trying to capitalize. And they can't do so just yet, so it's Hedgesville as Bishop sends it across. Diving for it's Collis, calling everybody else off, and now it's into the net. Miss hit by Wolf, giving the point to Hedgesville. It's 16-11.
Musselman hasn't quite sustained their momentum long enough to really tighten this up, but they are getting closer.
Sykes, Shelton, and now here's Wolf with another good swing, but a great dig by Smith, the libero. Now backline attack by Parker. So it's Musselman. Troxler over the block. Brown there, and somehow, some way, it's across. Musselman wasn't ready for it, and now they have to send a free ball. The Applemen were ready to celebrate, and now it's back and forth again. Blocked. Sutherland keeps it alive. Brown to the middle of Musselman, and nobody there. Point. Hedgesville at 17-11. Wow. Whew. Sometimes you just got to react and hope it works. And that's exactly what the Eagles did, and it worked. No pancake for Sykes. Point Musselman, 17-12. So we see some substituting. It looks like it's just one. It's Hutzler who will go back to serve. Here it's 17-12 Hedgesville in the second set. Serve off tape, and it's an Appleman ace because of it, making it 17-13.
You never really mean to go off of the net, but if you're receiving the serve, you're usually not expecting it to go off the net either.
Right to Bishop, an overpass. Wolf sends it right back and right into the Bermuda Triangle. 17-14 now. Musselman within 3. Coach Whitford for Hedgesville calls a timeout. We'll take a 30-second break alongside him and be back with more EPAC Volleyball on TV 10 and WRNR TV on YouTube after this.
Nothing goes better with football than chicken. From Pee Wee to the big boys to the wing T formation. Oh my, fumbling, bumbling, stumbling. Rocks Local Market.
We welcome you back here as Hedgesville had to take a timeout to regroup as its lead is only at 3. Hutzler serving it across, and it's almost an ace, but Smith able to keep it in play as it's hit across by Bishop. The Applemen get it over the block, and it's a kill by Brielle Wolf at 17-15. 2 points separate these two now in set 2 as the Applemen trying to fight back. Hutzler with another serve, and it's short into the net, and that stops the run dead in its tracks, making it 18-15 Hedgesville.
You got to breathe a huge sigh of relief if you're Hedgesville, because you have a chance to stop that momentum now.
Addison Groves will now check in and serve. And it's a cross. Musselman having to backpedal as now Wolf puts it over the block right to Smith. Sykes setting up Brown, and she didn't have the right angle on it, putting it into the net. It's 18-16.
That's a rare misfire from Gracie Brown. I think she was trying to cut it
now to serve.
I think she was trying to cut it across court.
Her serve. Right to Smith. Here's Sykes for Sutherland, and she just pushes it over, and it's out. Point Applemen, and it's a 1-point set. 18-17.
Sutherland trying a little too hard to place it where Musselman wasn't.
Serve. Across to Smith. Sykes setting up Brown off block, and it stays in the middle. And now miscommunication between Parker and Sykes, and we are tied at 18.
Well, look at that. Why keep at it? As big as Hedgesville was up by.
And now it's an Applemen ace, and for the first time in set 2, Musselman has the lead. 19-18. That off the top. Here's Sutherland pushing it across again. Musselman ready for it. Off block, point. Gracie Brown with the kill. We're tied at 19.
Desperately needed that.
Sutherland back to serve now. Sutherland off the stripe up top. That hit across by Alice. Sutherland. Sykes having to send it back for how close it was to the net. Now Parker sends the free ball. Shelton from the outside right to Sutherland. Sykes now underneath it for Brown with the setup, and Brown with another kill, giving the lead back to Hedgesville.
I always talk about the team that makes the least amount of mistakes more than likely will win the set or the match. And Hedgesville has stopped making mistakes. They've been able to take control back.
And it's an ace as Sutherland sent it short. Musselman was saying that it never hit the floor, and the official saying that it did on that second hit. And now we're going to get a timeout taken by Musselman here at 21-19. I'd love to see that replay.
I definitely thought there was a whistle before I was expecting one.
Looks like one of the line judges going over to talk with Mo. Call's going to stand. And now out of the timeout, it's 21-19. Sutherland hitting it across. And into a spike across by Shelton. Now it's back to the Musselman side. Here's Shelton again. It's blocked by Brown. 22-19. Hedgesville now up by 3 with 3 points to go, trying to tie us up at one set apiece.
I guess the call was... I think it was wrong, as I tried to explain it.
And now the hit by Ella Collis sails its way into the Hedgesville bench. It's 23-19.
I think maybe I thought Collis had a third hit before Shelton's.
That one nowhere close to being in from Olivia Alice, and just like that, all the momentum on Hedgesville's side, and now it's a set point opportunity for the Eagles.
Yeah, I think that call totally threw off Musselman, unfortunately. Got to get your head right back in the good space.
Well, there you go. Down line. It's a point for Musselman as Olivia Alice makes it 24-20. And now you got to lock in and be perfect the rest of the way.
Yep.
As it's Ashlyn Weatherholtz going back.
And that's one of your seniors.
Her serve is long. Point Hedgesville, and we are tied at 1. As Hedgesville takes set 2, 25-20. So we step aside and take a 1-minute break, and then we'll be back with set 3. This is EPAC Volleyball here on TV 10 and WRNR TV on YouTube. Back in 1 minute.
When it comes to providing you with a better car buying experience, CMA's Honda of Winchester takes it personally. Why? Because we're employee owned. That makes us neighbors, and good neighbors take care of each other. Come experience the honesty, transparency, and value we provide every customer, every neighbor, each and every day. At CMA's Honda of Winchester, owners just care more about you.
The Palace Lounge in Martinsburg is the place to be. Join us every night to relax and enjoy football or basketball games featuring either the Martinsburg Bulldogs, Shepherd University Rams, or West Virginia Mountaineers. We will have steak night every Wednesday, trip nights every Thursday, and now taco and margarita nights every Tuesday. You can find us on Facebook or call 304-267-7520. The Palace Lounge is located at 1350 Edwin Miller Boulevard in Martinsburg.
We welcome you back here to Hedgesville High, tied at 1 set apiece now between Musselman and Hedgesville, as Hedgesville takes the second set 25-20. So we now go to set 3, which is brought to you by CMA Honda Winchester, CMA Chevrolet and Toyota Martinsburg, and CMA Chrysler Dodge Jeep Ram of Martinsburg. CMA's moving lives forward. Set 3 also brought to you by Skinner Accident Injury Lawyers, representing accident injury claims for over 50 years. Visit them online at skinnerwins.com. It was a very strong start by the Ville, storming out of the gate, getting off to a big lead, but slowly Musselman able to chip away at that lead, eventually take the lead late in set 2. And then we were tied at 19, Dylan. And a questionable call came in favor of Hedgesville, and it looked like it just completely took the wind out of Musselman's sails, and the Eagles were able to just keep that momentum and take the second set.
I do think it happened when Hedgesville was up 20-19.
Wasn't? Okay, I thought it was at 19.
Looking back at it. It was a quick back-to-back where Hedgesville scored a point, and then it was pretty much on the serve-receive, where I assume our officials either thought that the first contact hit the floor or that Elakalis took a swing at it, which would have been the third hit, and then Shelton hit it, which would have made it 4. I assume it's probably the former, that the first contact hit the floor. But looking at our replay, the latter definitely didn't happen from my angle. I have to give it another look to see if you can tell whether or not that hit the floor. But I didn't think it did. And Musselman seemed thrown off by it for the rest of the set.
Both teams making their ways out onto the floor. Will be Musselman serving first here for the third set in this best of 5.
Yeah, there's no version of our replay I can really see for that call. But here's the thing: it only made it 21-19, and you can't just get thrown off by something like that to where you then give up 3 quick points in a row, or 3 out of the next 4.
Allie Miller serves it across. Here's where Spike might have been off block, but it's kept alive. Troxler blocks, hitting it right back. Now Sutherland meets Collis at the net. As back and forth we go. Both sides regrouping. It's Musselman on the attack over the block, and the Applemen get the first point here of set 3.
The Applemen at one point in the late teens of that set, it seemed like they were going to be able to take it back and go up 2-0.
Sutherland with too strong of a swing. It's 2-0 now, Applemen. Allie Miller trying to set the tone here in this third set for Musselman. And she'll send it over and out now, making it 2-1.
So I went into this match thinking I'd be surprised if it went 5 or if Musselman won. I got to throw that out the window.
Yeah.
Because I figured, Hedgesville in 4 probably, like Musselman good enough to get a set. Clearly Musselman's come out here very motivated tonight.
Oh, there's an ace for Hedgesville as we are tied at 2. Poor serve receive that time by the Applemen.
Now, would surprise me if Hedgesville just comes out here and wins the next 2 sets. No. But now, nothing would surprise me.
I believe that's Barnhart in serving, and it is. That off the antenna. Troxler couldn't get it. It's 3-2. Hedgesville with 3 straight points in the lead now. Barnhart, a freshman, back to serve out here on the senior-heavy Eagles team. So that just barely gets across as it's now Bishop, putting it right to Miller. Shelton setting up the near side. It's Wolf. Ooh. But right there is Alexis Smith with the dig. Now backline attack. It's Wolf again. This time Brown underneath it. Here's Sutherland to the far side. Now a free ball sent over. Smith. Here's the setup for Bishop. Through the block, and Shelton couldn't track it down. 4-2, Hedgesville.
Very impressive defense from both sides that time. Seemed like both the Eagles and the Applemen were in the right place at the right time for a long time there.
Had a strong serve, and it's too much. Point. Musselman, it's 4-3. Hutzler back to serve now. Her serve right to Bishop. That's set up by Barnhart for Bishop through the block right to Hutzler. Miller putting it into the air for Wolf, who sends it to the back line. Brown. Now it's Sutherland off block, trying to hit it back across and able to do so. Now a dump in 2. Hedgesville tried to get it off the net, and it's overhit by Sutherland and out of play. We're tied at 4.
So again, we're opening up very evenly on both sides.
Hutzler across to Smith.
I think you can't be surprised by
Barnhart setting up Bishop off block. Point Hedgesville as the Eagles now lead 5-4.
Yep. The block.
Madison Groves now serving.
I think the block was just so close to the antenna that it was easy for that to go the other way.
That just barely gets across. Wolf able to get a decent enough first piece of it to keep it in play as Brown gets the kill, making it 6-4.
True, that looked close, but Coach Martz was right there, and he's not giving your down judge an earful. So great placement.
Groves across. Gantz, Miller. Now Wolf to the middle, and Brown has to just send it across. Now it's Shelton, blocked. Brown and Sutherland there to send it back. It's 7-4 Eagles.
Now Hedgesville's starting to look a little more like how they did to open up set number 2.
Groves across. It's tough first touch. Now back and forth and a free ball. Here's Sutherland. She drives that one home. 8-4 Hedgesville.
You've got to give a good bit of credit to Musselman, but it has felt like that this game's been dictated by whether or not Hedgesville is on their game or not.
Timeout Musselman here at the start of set 3. Let's step aside, take a 30-second break, then be back with more on TV10 and WRNR TV on YouTube.
Sometimes our customers face circumstances that stretch their financial resources. At West Virginia American Water, we're here to help. Our customer assistance program can keep your life flowing by providing one-time assistant grants of up to $500, payment installment plans, and budget billing to provide predictable monthly bills. We also offer discounts of 20% for qualified low-income customers. To learn more about our customer assistant programs, visit westvirginiaamwater.com.
Quickly out of the timeout. Ball already in play as it's Musselman hitting it across. Here's Hedgesville, Sutherland off block. Now that back for Hutzler, who dumps it across. Sutherland. Now this time it's set up for Parker, and it's another point for Hedgesville, who now lead 9-4.
Get a little bit of a taste of what next year looks like. Emmy Bishop, 11th grade. Savannah Parker, 10th grade. They're going to have to carry a lot more weight next year.
A free ball that just goes off the net and almost dropped in, but Sutherland able to get it as Brown over the block. Point Hedgesville. It's now 10-4 Eagles. Is this just a big run for Hedgesville?
Yeah, can't do much more perfectly than that.
Addison Groves continuing to serve until a slip-up. No slip-up that time. And a great dig for her as well as Smith has to send it over. Hutzler setting up Shelton over the block, and it's in. Point Musselman stopping that run, making it 10-5.
It really is impressive how much of this Hedgesville roster is made up of players that I felt like we've been saying the name of for 4 years at the varsity level. Addison Groves even being one of them while she was over at Spring Mills in 9th grade.
Free ball sent across. And now off block, Sutherland puts it up. Here it's across to Brown, and there's another kill for Gracie Brown. 11-5 now.
And again, Hedgesville started off set number 2, in a fashion like this, but opened the door for the Applemen to get back into it. Eventually slammed the door shut, but Musselman even to back up.
Sutherland sends the serve long. Point Musselman. They nearly made contact, but decided to pull off at the last second.
Yeah, good call.
It's 11-6 now. Ashlyn Weatherholtz to serve. Her serve, long as well. So you give the point right back, making it 12-6.
And Musselman's got to play mistake-free. Hedgesville gives you any opening, you got to be able to take advantage of it.
Addison Seymour serves. And over and under the net goes Shelton as she was trying to hit it across. 13-6 now is our score. Hedgesville leading Musselman by 7 here in the third set. Seymour serving again. It's across. And that a tough first touch that goes off the net, and Shelton can't get it. It's 14-6 now. Hedgesville just starting to dominate here.
Applemen feel flat at the moment. They were able to get back into set number 2, but Hedgesville's getting pretty far up there in points to be able to get back in this one.
Seymour across. Shelton putting it up. And it's over by Alice, but kept alive. And it's another point for Hedgesville as Brown makes it 15-6.
Yeah, the passing placement is just a bit off from Musselman here. The touch just hasn't been there.
And that serves long over the head of Musselman, making it 15-7. So now it will be Maddie Shelton serving. And it's out. Another serve error. Back-to-back serves for Musselman. 16-7.
Just no rhythm being able to be established for the Applemen in this set.
Here's Gracie Brown serving it right to Miller, and her first touch very close to the net. Troxler has to get it. Now Wolf sends it across. Here's the setup for Bishop over the block and right to Wolf, who can't handle it. Point Hedgesville. It's now 17-7. Timeout. Musselman. Let's take a 30-second break alongside him and then be back with more EPAC volleyball here on TV 10 and WRNR TV on YouTube.
The thing I'm most passionate about with my clients is that 95% of them that come to me, they've never been in trouble in their lives. They've got careers, promising futures, things that matter.
So thankfully, after it was all said and done, I had no DUI and I had no more stress facing me or my family.
When you're on the fence whether to hire a DUI attorney, I always say that you really cannot afford not to. My name is Harley Wagner. My law practice has been exclusively focused on driving under the influence cases throughout the state of West Virginia.
We welcome you back here out of the timeout. 17-7 in set 3. Hedgesville dominating Musselman in this third set, trying to go up 2-1. Alice sends that one long into the Hedgesville bench as the Eagles get another point to extend the lead out to 18-7. As you said, there's just no life on the Musselman side, Dylan.
Which is totally different from how they looked in the first set.
Long again from the outside, 19-7.
This is another case of need to get to the end of this set and just regroup for the next one. That's how Hedgesville seemed at the end of the first set. That's definitely how Musselman looks here towards the end of the third.
Brown sends this one short, though. Wanted to try to get a sneaky point against Musselman, and the mistake makes it 19-8.
You're probably thinking you're up by so many points you can afford to do something like that, but with the way Musselman's playing, just send that over and see if they make the mistake themselves.
And this time they put the serve in play, and it's an Applemen ace as the first contact wasn't the best, and then everybody had to try to track it down, and they couldn't put it across in 3. 19-9 now.
That's why you just make the simple play, because 1 point turns into 2, turns into 3.
Only 2.
Only 2 this time, but it could have.
Middle hit across. I believe that was Grace Lathwell who gets it now. Checks out. So Alexa Smith will go back to serve. Her serves across. And it's an ace as Gantz had to drop down and hit that one, and nobody got to it. 21-9 Hedgesville.
Great serve. Got to move your feet, though.
So Alexa Smith now to serve yet again. Her serve. Sent across to Gantz, and it's another ace. As her first contact goes to nobody. It's 22-9.
It's been tough to get out of the hole if you're feeling like the player that the other team is trying to send the serves at. You feel the target on your back.
This one hit across. Gantz this time with an overhit ball, and Bishop's there. 23-9 now.
And it can snowball with their confidence if one mistake turns into 2 or 3. And Hedgesville is going to continue to keep trying to take advantage.
23-9, Hedgesville dominating this third set as Gantz finally gets a good serve receive.
Yep, there you go.
And here's Musselman hitting it across, but Brown digs it out. Here's Bishop, and that is blocked with authority. Troxler and Dunham sending that back harder than the spike looks like. However, it's only 23-10.
Something to build on for next set.
Allie Miller serving it right to Bishop. That hit by Alwyn, and now Ware sends it across. Musselman scrambling. Here's a free ball. Hedgesville looking to capitalize. It's Sutherland's taking a dent off the floor. 24-10 as a great assist there by Zoe Alwyn. It's the seniors showing off here tonight. 24-10 here in set 3. Set point opportunity for the Eagles, trying to go up 2-1. Barnhart serving it across. Gantz, Miller, a hit off block. Bishop keeping it alive, and now Brown ends it off the hands of Miller. 25-10. Hedgesville dominates set 3
and goes up 2-1 here on senior night over Musselman after dropping the first set. We'll step aside and take a 1-minute break, and then we'll be back with set 4. This is EPAC Volleyball on TV10 and WRNR TV on YouTube.
My kids, you know I want the best for you, don't you? We need to have a conversation.
End-of-life planning is no one's favorite discussion, but the relief of having everything in place when the hour of need arrives is a gift. Give it to your family. Plan ahead with us.
Brown Funeral Homes, a leading provider of cremations, invites you to explore the many flexible options of cremation. From environmental considerations to the benefit of greatly reduced cost, it may be the perfect answer for your family. Online at brownfuneralhomeswv.com. Brown Funeral Homes, here for you.
It's the new normal. You live, work, and play everywhere. Whether it's the family car or the family business, you need insurance that keeps pace with your changing life. Home on the job or working from home, peace of mind comes from knowing your whole world is covered. No matter what happens or how big it grows, whatever your new normal, Erie Insurance's award-winning service and personal agents can keep pace. Call your local agent today or visit erieinsurance.com for a quote.
We welcome you back here on TV10 and WRNR TV on YouTube to Hedgesville, as Hedgesville dominating the third set. 25-10 over Musselman to take a 2-1 set advantage. So we now head to the fourth set. Fourth set brought to you by Smallwood and Small Insurance in Martinsburg, your total insurance solution. Call 304-263-3361. Also brought to you by the Larry DeMarco team at Century 21 Modern Realty Results. Looking for home in the tri-state area? Call the Larry DeMarco team at 304-262-4222 or visit them online at modernrealtyresults.com. Senior night going well now for the Ville. They dropped the first set. Musselman took it 25-18, but Hedgesville able to respond, taking the second set 25-20, and then the third set in dominating fashion 25-10. Musselman now on the verge of losing yet again to Hedgesville, unless they can find some answers, which in that third set it looked like they didn't have any, Dylan.
I think they got to find some energy more than anything. Just didn't feel like there was any. Past the first handful of points, because it was another even start for the first, 4 points on each side or so. The Musselman only able to get to 10 for the whole set.
Both teams' rotations getting out there. It will be Hedgesville serving to begin this fourth set. Trying to get the win on senior night for the 10 seniors, are the Eagles.
Yeah, Hedgesville, clearly, as we came back from break, you could see they're feeling good. It's kind of a totally different feel on either side of the net. But we'll see if Musselman can get a couple points under their belt. Early lead. And build on it from there.
Here we go. Serves across. It's an ace for Hedgesville to begin as the freshman Lauren Barnhart makes it 1-0.
Well, that's not a good sign. For Musselman, at least.
Barnhart, another serve across, and this time it's out. We're tied at 1.
And to start with Hutzler serving. Good place to start. So you can build a few good serves.
Her serves across right to Bishop. Barnhart setting up. Bishop now just past the block to Hutzler, and her hit goes backwards, but they bring it back into play. Sutherland now with a tough angle, but gets it across. Musselman on the attack. Brown, though, with the dig. Here's Bishop from the far side off block. Shelton keeping it alive. Hutzler now over for Wolf, and she can't get it. Point Hedgesville. It's 2-1.
Last second, Alice saw where Hedgesville was headed and tried to sneak it on the line, on the side of the court. Just couldn't do it.
Addison Grove serving it across, and it's an overhit ball that Gracie Brown able to just tap back down. It's 3-1.
Another strong start out of the gates for Hedgesville.
Groves putting it across. Here's Hutzler setting it up. And that over and off block, and now it's Brown with another one. 4-1 Hedgesville.
That one just feels like a backbreaker. Musselman feels like they need a couple things to go their way to get back on track. But if Hedgesville's not going to let them do it.
Addison Groves. Another serve across to Gantz. Wolf with a tough angle and just getting it across. Now it's Sutherland, and she just pushes it to no man's land, making it 5-1.
This is why they're number 1 in the state. Because they're doing this, and Musselman's number 4.
Addison Grove sending it across. Miller. Shelton across here. Wolf blocked. 6-1 Hedgesville. Groves serving it. Now a dump and 2, and Shelton gets it for Musselman, making it 6-2.
Yeah, there you go. There's a play that could get you back.
I've liked what I've seen from Maddie Shelton tonight. Just got to set the tone for the rest of the team.
Yeah.
Serve across to Smith. Here's the setup for Brown over the block, and nobody can get there. Is diving for it, trying to get the pancake was Olivia Alice, and it's now 7-2 Hedgesville. It looks like we're getting a timeout by Musselman here early. We are. Let's step aside, take a 30-second break, and then we'll be back here on TV10 and WRNR TV on YouTube.
Hi, Crescia Hornby here. Larry DeMarco, broker of Modern Realty Results, believes he has some of the best real estate agents in the Eastern Panhandle. Agents at Modern Realty Results have years of experience and knowledge of the local real estate market. Agents within the office work as a team to provide quality customer service. We strive to always ensure client satisfaction through handling every transaction with honesty and integrity, all while offering competitive rates. Modern Realty Results is veteran-owned and managed. Please call us at 262-4222, modernrealtyresults.com.
Welcome back here in the fourth set out of Musselman's timeout as Sutherland serving it for Hedgesville, up 7-2. Musselman over. Here's Hedgesville's Gracie Brown, just over the block, and Wolf there. Hutzler now putting it to the near side, and Alice sends it across to Parker. Gracie Brown gets set up again off block, and another kill for her. 8-2 Eagles. Good setup by the freshman Barnhart. Sutherland hits it off tape. And now a block up front. Musselman regroups, putting it across. Groves setting up Parker off block, and there's another point for Hedgesville. It's 9-2.
It's just everything going at Hedgesville's way. It's tough. At this set, it doesn't even feel like it's a ton of Musselman mistakes. Just the Eagles are in such a groove.
And it's an ace as backpedaling was Musselman. So that was Brielle Wolf, and that kind of took her out of position. It's 10-2. Ever since that questionable call that made it 21-19 in set 2, Musselman's looked completely different, and Hedgesville has just exploded and taken advantage of it. Now a free swing from the middle by Grace Laughwell, and it's 11-2.
I think they have 13 points since that one call.
Yeah.
Amazing.
So that made it 21-19. They got one there. 10 last set, now 2 here, yeah. Here's Brown over the block. Point, Hedgesville. It's 12-2.
I'll use the caveat of I don't know that Musselman feels this way about Hedgesville, but have you ever experienced, we see it in the NFL with the Chiefs, where you feel like you're playing an opponent that the officials are on, just give the calls seem to always go their way.
Yeah.
It can be brutal to play against a team like that. I don't know that Musselman feels that way about Hedgesville, or if it, who knows who feels that way about who. It probably goes a bunch of different ways.
Depends on how the night goes.
Just within the Panhandle, but it can really shift your mindset.
Sutherland's serve is over and out, and finally another point for Musselman, making it 13-3.
Yeah, Musselman hasn't looked the same these last 2 sets. Total difference.
Here's a set across from Brown to Parker. Her swing, though, not the best we've seen tonight. And now a mistake by Grace Lathwell, and Musselman gets the point, making it 13-4.
I think just in general, especially if you're playing a team like Hedgesville, you got up 1-0 on them, and then it felt like you had solid control to be able to go up 2-0 on them. Then at the very last moment, that set flips. It's hard to come back from something like that.
Wow. What a swing from Grace Lathwell that time. It's 14-4.
And meanwhile, all it takes is that little letting your guard down or losing some confidence, not having that same energy, and letting go of the rope. And nobody's going to run with something like that the way Hedgesville would.
Overhit ball on the serve. Lathwell gets the kill again. It's 15-4.
Heck of a senior night now. That first set didn't go your way, but ever since
it hasn't been close. Addison Seymour serving it across. Hutzler. Shelton for Alice. A great job by Groves. Here's the setup for Brown, and she hits it to the back line. Musselman trying to scramble for it, and now sends a free ball. Smith. Here's the setup by Seymour, over for Brown, and it's out.
Ooh, that was close.
Brown felt like the point was hers, but it wasn't. It's 15-5.
I might go take a look at that replay, just out of curiosity.
Shelton back to serve now. Here's Brown, just past the block. It's kept alive by Troxler. Shelton over for Alice, off block, and it's in. Point, Musselman, 15-6.
That noise I made was me going back and looking at that point. I think that was in. But I guess at this point, hey, Musselman deserves a break or two.
15-6. Shelton back to serve again. Our serve to Smith. Here's the setup for Ware on the far side, off block. Kept alive by Wolf. Now it's Alice again, tough angle. Hit up by Seymour. Smith over for Brown. And she gets it, making it 16-6.
The Hedgesville crowd with starting a start the buses chant, even before they just started doing that, as it looks like, is that inside the antenna?
I guess so. They're playing on.
No. Your down judge here is saying it was outside.
All right, there you go. Point Hedgesville, 17-6 now.
At some point, I think if you're in a situation like this where Musselman is, things can sort of snowball away from you, partially because you might be out there thinking, I'm ready to go home. But you have to get out of that mindset.
Alice blocked. Great job by Miller keeping it alive, and Troxler just getting it across. Bishop, though, gets the kill. 18-6. This is an incredible night by the Eagles.
Yeah, you can sense the frustration on the Applemen side, but the Eagles are just in a groove.
Serves across. Did Brown get a piece of it? Yep. Point. Musselman making it 18-7. And a powerful swing. My view was obstructed, though, to give credit to who that was. So, my apologies.
I believe that was Wolf. Or Troxler.
Gant serves it across. Bishop. Here's Seymour setting it up. And it's another point for Grace Laughwell, who looks good here in this fourth set. It's 19-7, and she'll now check out for Parker Sutherland as Alexa Smith back to serve.
10 seniors, but it does feel like at some point or another, they've all had themselves a moment.
Before the serve, we get a timeout taken by Musselman. Here at 19-7 in the fourth set. Let's keep things here. We don't want to miss out. These timeouts have kind of been quick here. I'm speechless. This is number 1 against number 4. And number 1 showing that there is a big difference in talent here tonight.
It really does feel like that call that Musselman didn't like was a swinging point. You don't want to keep going back to it and blame officials, but it's just more so that was the point, the moment we can point to where there was a shift. It just felt like Musselman never had that confidence, that energy, that fire that they showed in that first set and a lot of the second set after that moment, because it definitely threw them off for the rest of that set, and then all of a sudden it's 1-1 instead of 2-0. Hedgesville feels like they're back on track, and it did feel like when Hedgesville wasn't making mistakes, they were taking the lead.
Alexa Smith serving it across. Gantz, Shelton for Troxler off block. Point Musselman out of the timeout. There you go, 19-8. Good job by Reese Troxler.
And again, Musselman full of talent. They're not just going to go away. You gotta put the final nails in the coffin.
Miller serves to Brown. It's up now, set by Seymour, and it's Sutherland with a mistake. She put it into the net. It's 19-9.
You see they're getting a little loose with this big lead. 1 set to go. Feeling good. But you've still got 6 more points to get.
Miller. Low on Bishop. Smith keeping it alive, and now a free ball sent over by Seymour. Miller diving forward. Here's Shelton. Collis right over to Seymour. Smith now across for Bishop off block into the air. Miller underneath it. Shelton setting up Wolf. Brown somehow gets it, and Sutherland just taps it across. Here's Wolf again over block. Backed up. Beautiful play by Seymour. Here's Bishop over the block. Miller underneath it. And now it's Troxler. Tough angle. Smith with the first hit. Seymour on the outside for Bishop off block. Point Hedgesville. 20-19. Wow.
Took Hedgesville a minute to get the opportunity to make a good pass and finally set up Bishop very well.
Now the serve across. Miller. Here's Shelton across for Wolf. Off the block of Sutherland and Parker. And it stayed on the Hedgesville side. It's 20-10.
I think however you close out this game is how you're going to feel about your performance for the night. If you're Musselman, make it strong.
Down on the cross. Here's the setup for Bishop. And I don't think that ever went over. It doesn't matter as it hits on the Hedgesville side. Point Musselman at 20-11. It's a cross. Bishop. Now it's hit over for Sutherland, and it's blocked. We resume it across now to Bishop. Hutzler's there. Miller puts it up. It's across by Wolf. Here's Bishop again, and too much underneath at that time. It sails out of play. It's 20-12.
And Musselman's playing to the end. Chipping away. Yep. There's still time.
Hutzler off tape. It's an Applemen ace. 20-13. Musselman have one last breath in them. Trying to make things interesting here on senior night for Hedgesville.
It's still Musselman. They can make a run if you let them.
Hutzler. A bullet of a serve to Smith. Here's Bishop. Blocked. And now a free ball. Oh. That is going to be a point. My goodness. A mistake by Musselman, allowing a free ball in the middle to be a point for Hedgesville at 21-13 now.
And it couldn't have been more perfectly placed for Alexis Smith. Barely got over the net.
This serve, another bullet. We see a lot of power here back to back. And that right over the block of Sutherland and into no man's land. Point Musselman, making it 21-14. Just checking in now and going back to serve will be Layla Kurtz.
I don't know if that was her plan on that hit, to hit it that softly, but it worked out.
Serves across. Here's Sutherland, free swing from the middle, off block of Collis. Point Hedgesville, it's 22-14. Sutherland serving it. Goes across to Gantz. Now it's Shelton setting it up. It's off tape, and what a job by Brown. And now a behind-the-back hit across by Collis. Parker sends it across. Shelton with the kill. 22-15.
One hit from Grace Lathwell had managed to get over the net. Had her laughing for the next 20 seconds or so.
Weatherholtz putting it across. Here's the setup for Brown, and it's blocked, and now a hit that goes out for Madison Groves. It's a point for Musselman, and it's 22-16.
Yeah, it's not over. It just feels kind of been playing the last 10 points of this set like it's over.
Weatherholtz across to Groves. Here's the setup for Brown, and that is unstoppable, ladies and gentlemen. Point Hedgesville. It's 23-16.
Yeah, they had built themselves such a big lead that Musselman finding a little bit of a rhythm.
Addison Seymour back to serve now.
Likely too little too late.
Serves across. Hutzler for Shelton in the middle. Dunham gets blocked. Now they set up the outside. And right there Smith with the first hit. Here's Seymour for Brown off block. That's kept alive. And that hit into the net from Olivia Alice. It's 24-16. We got match point opportunity for the Eagles here on senior night. Seymour sends it across. Shelton up for the near side. Alice. It's kept alive. Here's Hedgesville. Can Gracie Brown end it on senior night? Not yet. Miller over for Shelton, and her miss hit wraps us up. Hedgesville defeats Musselman on senior night. 3-1, taking set 4, 25-16. Let's step aside, take a 1-minute break, and then we'll be back with post-game coverage to wrap things up here on TV10 and WRNR TV on YouTube. Back in a minute.
Take Rock's Chicken everywhere. It's perfect for any occasion. Rock's 12-piece chicken, $12. Rock's Local Market. Take Rock's Chicken everywhere. A perfect mix of white and dark meat for any occasion. Rock's 12-piece chicken, $12. Rock's Local Market.
When will I be able to retire? How do I make the most of the money I have? How do I leave a lasting legacy to my loved ones? I'm Philip McCoy, financial advisor with the Mirius Group, a private wealth advisory practice of Ameriprise Financial Services Incorporated. Call us today at 304-263-4343 to help you make the most of your financial future. Our office is located at 1270 Winchester Avenue, Martinsburg, West Virginia.
Ameriprise Financial Services Incorporated, member FINRA and SIPC.
We welcome you back here as the Eagles rumble their way to a victory over Musselman here tonight, 3-1 to get the win on senior night for the 10 Hedgesville Seniors. Our post-game show brought to you by Rock's Local Markets with convenient locations around the Eastern Panhandle. Fast, fresh, friendly Rock's. Post-game show also brought to you by Brown Funeral Homes and Cremations. Robert Fields & Sons, proudly serving the area since 1880. I guess you can just say it was kind of a slow start for Hedgesville out of the gate, maybe kind of just because of the emotion of it being senior night, coming out flat because of it, with the ceremony having to wait a little bit before getting started, and Musselman took the opportunity to take the first set because of that, 25-18. Had the opportunity to take set two, but then Hedgesville just turned it on and didn't look back. They took set two, 25-20, dominated set three, 25-10, and then dominated set four, 25-16 to defeat Musselman 3-1 here this evening.
Impressive. Very impressive. For them to bounce back from that first set, especially where it felt like they just did not have the same energy as Musselman, but they regrouped. Set two was really close. Set one felt like Musselman just came out firing out of the gates. And from there, once you had that call late in set two, Musselman felt thrown off. They let set two get away from them, and then 3 and 4 was just dominated by Hedgesville.
That wraps up regular season coverage for us. We'll figure out what the postseason looks like sometime this week, so tune into the Sports Mix from noon to 1. When we find out, we'll let you know how things look and what games we will cover for the postseason and see who from the EPAC moves on to the state tournament. But again, Hedgesville on senior night defeats Musselman to improve to 37-3-3 overall and a perfect 10-0 here in the EPAC. Musselman falls to 21-14 and 8-2 in the Panhandle. For Kyler High back at the studio, our camera crew tonight, Ethan, Elliott, and Tyler Stryan. Alongside me is Dylan Bishop. I'm Colin McLaughlin signing off. 3-1. Hedgesville defeats Musselman. This has been EPAC Volleyball on TV 10 and WRNR TV on YouTube. Have a great rest of your evening.
With 4 new car dealerships and 4 used car dealerships in 3 states, Parsons is the largest used car and fastest growing new car dealer in the tri-state area. Take Parsons Ford with huge savings on hundreds of new Fords, financing from 0%, Parsons' goal of financing for all, and Parsons' famous above-market trade-in allowances that help make Parsons #1 for used cars too. See why so many won't buy anywhere but Parsons Ford in Martinsburg. We became #1 by making you #1 first. Parsons.
The Hot Tub and Swim Spa Expo is at all 3 Floor Pools locations this weekend only. Hot tubs as low as $69 a month. Endless pool swim spas up to $8,000 off MSRP. Hot tubs, swim spas, saunas, and cold plunges up to 30% off. This weekend only at all 3 Floor Pools locations. Hot tubs, hot tubs, hot tubs. The Hot Tub and Swim Spa Expo is at all 3 Floor Pools locations this weekend only. Truckloads of hot tubs from major brands like Hot Spring Hot Tubs. All discounted. Hot tubs as low as $69 a month. Easy financing. Save thousands. Swim year-round with endless pool swim spas. Up to $8,000 off MSRP. Saunas as low as $79 a month. Hot tubs, swim spas, saunas, and cold plunges. Up to 30% off. This weekend only at all 3 Floor Pools locations. SpaExpoTristate.com. The Hot Tub and Swim Spa Expo is at all 3 Floor Pools locations this weekend only. Hot tubs as low as $69 a month. Endless pool swim spas up to $8,000 off MSRP. Hot tubs, swim spas, saunas, and cold plunges up to 30% off. This weekend only at all 3 Floor Pools locations.
That concludes tonight's coverage of West Virginia High School volleyball featuring the Eastern Panhandle Athletic Conference. Our coverage has been brought to you by Power, Beck, and Metz-Zurich Law Offices, the Mirius Group of Ameriprise Financial Advisors, W. Harley Miller Systems, Parsons Ford of Martinsburg, Skinner Accident and Injury Lawyers, CMA's Martinsburg and Winchester Dealerships, Brown's Funeral Homes and Cremations Robert Fields and Sons, Hagerstown Ford, Burke, Schultz, Harmon, and Jenkinson Personal Injury Attorneys, the Berkeley County Health Department, WVU Medicine Berkeley and Jefferson Medical Centers, Smallwood and Small Insurance, the Mansion Ferretti Law Firm, the Palace Lounge, the Larry DeMarco Team, Century 21 Modern Realty Results, Rock's Local Markets, Bodwell Insurance Solutions, Rosedale Funeral Home and Cemetery, Fort Evans Archery, Trips Floor Sanding, the Wagner Law Firm. Keep it tuned to TV 10 for all of your local sports coverage. All rights reserved.